is going on, Movie Meals? At the end of the heroes list, I said it was a transition, but I forgot I was putting these out one at a time when I said that. So the cameras might be a little different, some things might be a little different. I've got a water now as well. But we're here to talk some more Avengers stuff. These parts are going to be about our complete rankings, all 6 of us. It's going to be crazy of all the movies.
I see him across the table and I'm nervous.
As well as we'll get into a little bit of talks on theories and thoughts for Endgame coming up. I'll let it up to the panel. Do you guys want to start with the list, or do you want to go over Endgame?
Theory. List, not theories. List.
All right.
Let's list our theories and go over them.
Let's list all 21 of our theories.
So
yeah, no, let's
I know
we
we're
can
talking
do
about
the
all
list.
the movies
Here
and at the end talk about it.
is how this is going to work.
Oh no.
I want, when we go around, I want everybody to say their first 6 from bottom up.
Oh my good gracious.
Wow.
This is
Wait,
long.
okay, I see what you mean.
Do you not know how to count, Jules?
Well,
Oh boy, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Had to take a shot.
This is gonna be good.
Wow.
I thought you guys were on the same wavelength.
Not.
I heard some rumors going into this list that I don't like.
Are we, who's wanting to start this?
We will start with Mr. Kyle Brester.
That's me. Alright, so the first 6 on the bottom.
This is worst to best.
I'm so nervous. Incredible Hulk.
That's absurd.
I'll explain
I
why.
want to remember
I'll
this.
explain
Again,
why.
the same rules as last time. If you have the same number of something, say it.
I
Hey.
have the same.
Hey.
Hey!
Hey, Hulk.
Incredible
Three of you have
Hulk,
21.
Thor 2, Iron Man 2,
I have Iron Man.
Captain Marvel, Ant-Man,
Whoa.
and Iron Man 3.
Wow.
Wow.
We have one the same.
I have a lot of
Maybe two.
similarities, but they're in different order.
Okay.
I have a lot of different.
Can I start off with
Captain Marvel's way too low.
Can I start
Way
off
too
with
low.
Hulk? Because it's such an outlier that I just did
yeah.
not know where to put it.
No, that's
So
real.
Thor 2 is probably like my least favorite out of all of them, but Hulk is such an outlier that it's just I just don't know where else to put
Right.
it.
Oh,
Thinking about
gosh.
it, it's
I
not that-
enjoy it for
What was
what
your
it
number
is.
20?
It isn't that bad of a movie. to be
Iron Man
honest,
2
but-
is my number 20.
Iron Man 2 is also my number 20.
Yeah. It's a bummer.
All right, we're going to transition.
I thought Thor 2 was your number 20.
It is.
I asked Travis.
What?
I said Iron Man 2 is your number 20.
Yeah.
I said, what's your number 20? You said Iron Man 2, and then she just asked that Thor was your number 20.
You said
No.
Thor.
What
Thor
are you
number
doing?
20.
Do it again. What's your 20?
Do it again.
My 20?
What is your
What's
second
At the
worst?
20th spot.
Yeah.
What's
It's
your,
Iron Man 2.
Why did you say Thor?
You said Thor at one point.
I said Thor 2 would be my least favorite, but Incredible Hulk is ranked below that just because
So why
of it.
is
I'm
where's
so
Thor 2
confused.
ranked?
It's 21.
It's the bottom.
Or it's at 20, sorry. Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, sorry, I keep...
Whoa!
That's how much of an outlier Hulk is!
Okay,
I take it
okay.
back, Iron Man 2! I didn't say it was
Okay,
my 20.
next person,
Spoiler alert!
next person, just go up
Kyle,
from 1 to 3.
do it again.
Don't
That's,
get too confused.
that's why Hulk is such an outlier. It messes up my rankings.
Please.
So what's
I'm so...
your
Please do it again.
Iron Man 2 would be
19?
19, and Thor 2 is 20.
Okay, I see you now.
No,
Okay.
Say,
So
I
I'm
want
so
you to
sorry
speed
about
through
that.
your 6 one more time.
Yeah.
I
So
want you
speed
to
through
do
my
your
6?
one more time.
Incredible Hulk, Thor 2, Iron Man 2, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, and Iron Man 3.
Captain Marvel's your 19.
Besides Captain Marvel, the character,
You
the
have
movie is just
Ant-Man and the
bland.
Wasp higher on the list than Ant-Man?
It's weirdly a lot more fun than Ant-Man.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
You
There's
No,
17
no,
I rewatched
no,
I
no,
rewatched him last
no, no, no,
true,
no,
and that's
no,
not
no,
good.
no.
But it's so
I've
in
been
its
on
own
this train
elements
since
that
I walked
it's
out of Ant-Man and the Wasp. It is better than Ant-Man. Just
Ant-Man
by
and
a
the Wasp
slight
is
margin.
trash.
Okay, calm down. All right, Nick. Nick, what is your... What
I'm so
is
sorry.
your-
Nicholas, that ranking messed me up. I'm so
Sorry.
sorry.
Nicholas
Kyle talking about interrupted me.
True.
What is your 6?
21, Iron Man 2, it's trash. 20
Fun nostalgia.
I didn't know where to put Hulk.
Fun
like,
nostalgia.
I wasn't
Yeah, that's why it's at 21.
19, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Paul Rudd's the only
I
super
also,
Oh,
18
and
is
it's
gonna
oh, yeah,
tickle
so
some
good.
people the wrong way.
18?
Yeah, Guardians 2.
Whoa.
Whoa.
My
That's a bit low.
Guardians 2 is one above.
I hate the humor in Guardians 2, and even though I like
Oh my
some of the
God,
character
did
stuff,
I-
the humor like makes me angry in the theater because I'm like, we're watching a really good moment, and then the jokes are out of control.
That's funny.
It
I
really annoys
I
me.
say that about most other Marvel movies, but not that one.
It's the
And
biggest
that's the
argument
one
Kyle
that-
and I have ever
That's
Yeah.
the one that it hits me the most in any other Marvel
It's the
movie.
That's
biggest
crazy.
argument.
It
Let me.
makes me so
That's crazy to
mad,
me.
and I think Drax gets. I did
Completely
love
agree.
Drax. I think Drax is so bad. In
Completely
that.
agree.
I
I'm
understand
gonna-
that. I understand.
I wanna
And
chime in
just-
here.
I just find it frustrating.
I
I still
just-
enjoy it. Like I enjoy
I just
a lot of
It's
the
way
rewatched
movies,
it.
funnier
but-
in Infinity War.
I just I
And
don't
in
know
the
about
first
that.
Guardians. is
In the
very
first
fun.
Guardians for sure. I agree with that statement on Guardians 2. There are moments where I do laugh in Guardians 2,
Oh,
and there
yeah,
even are
but there's-
times with Drax I laughed. They completely ruin Drax's character from Guardians 1 through everything else.
I'll
His
agree with that.
entire character is
Yeah.
completely ruined. In Infinity War, he literally, we joked about it yesterday, he holds Thanos' boot the whole time. Even when he yells something, he's like, "Did we
He's
get the
off
glove off?" And he's
screen,
just
yeah.
holding it off screen. And Dave Bautista's a very good actor. He delivers the crap out of the first Guardians
Man, he's so
and Blade
good,
Runner
Blade Runner.
2049.
Oh.
They absolutely. I completely agree with Nick. I have Guardians one spot higher on my list.
So you have it at
I have it at 17.
okay. At my 17 is Doctor Strange. I just find it very
Got Doctor
so
Strange
average.
one spot higher.
And then
That's
I
me with
have
Captain Marvel.
16 Thor: The Dark World.
That's-
I haven't
absolutely
seen it in a while, so that's why it wasn't at the very bottom of the list. But some
Sure.
people think it's better than that. So 16 felt like
You
a
gotta
miss.
watch the first Thor, man.
We
I
just did.
We did.
Yeah, we watched it like a
When?
week ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
you
wrote a
didn't tell me
paper on
that.
it.
You're
Watching
such
Game
a
of Thrones
liar.
to see me
What?
freak out.
I swear.
Kyle,
No,
we talked
we
about
did.
it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
So those are my 16. I think
Figures.
that they're kind of
Sorry for talking into the microphone.
Everyone's gonna have a few.
We
but-
did.
Meals, I'm sorry.
It wasn't very good.
Julie, what are your 6?
That's no.
When we rewatched Thor,
Oh boy.
it was so bad. I could barely keep watching
That's
because
just
it was so boring.
Overrated.
that's not
Overrated.
that's
No, underrated is the word.
I steam
There
it.
is one.
Steam it
There
over
is
here.
one bad thing in the first Thor, and that is everything Cat.
Yes, the
Everything
worst
what?
character in the
that
MCU
cat,
is
that
Cat.
Cat Dennings does.
Oh
The
god.
one thing,
Could've just left
the
it there.
worst
They
thing
could've
about
just left it
Thor
there.
was
Everything except
everything.
Loki.
Thor is just such a boring character in the first one.
That's just
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, my list.
incorrect.
The Pop Tart
This
joke.
place-
Come on.
Place into my list because the Incredible Hulk is last, and then
Yeah.
Thor. And
That's
then,
just wrong. I went from yeah, I agree
Yeah,
to you're
no.
just incorrect.
And then Iron Man 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
18 is Thor: Dark World. 17 is Age of Ultron.
Whoa!
A bit
And
surprising.
That's a little low.
16 is Captain America: The First Avenger.
That's
Oh my
low.
god,
That's
that's
pretty
incorrect.
low.
That's low.
This guy is gonna fly over.
You're
That's-
the one who put Captain Marvel. At
It's
the
so
bottom
bland. It's Doctor.
six.
It's like Doctor Strange for Nick. It's bland.
It's so hard to. Kyle, I
except
never
at
know
least-
if you're complaining
at
about the
least-
eye thing and spoilers.
No,
for
it's
Captain
not. I'm
Marvel,
not
or
even
if you're
bringing up the
complaining
eye
about
thing
anything.
here. I just think other than
But you're
Captain
thinking it.
Marvel's
Man, I love
Every
character,
Captain
it's
Marvel.
oh
I
Only-
love
only
it
'cause
so
Kyle-
much.
now I'm gonna
I love
fly
it so
over. That's just so bad. No, I just
like
think
Captain
Captain Marvel's a bland movie outside of the
So
character.
You know what, Kyle?
fun.
I eat a
It's
bland
just-
dinner every
it's-
night and I
But
still
also,
enjoy
Captain
it.
Marvel does. One of the reasons that it's also on here.
It's taking
Meanwhile,
the
Alex is never
normal
gonna get to
Marvel
his list.
formula, but it's kind of going back to the
What Zach really meant
to
is he's
what
never going to get to
works
his
for
list.
Marvel, and it's
And no, and
well,
having
it's
a-
funny,
He's not
it's
getting
a
to his
great
list
hero.
either.
Outside of a great hero, like I just
Having a
don't
woman
see all
lead
that
does
stuff.
so much outside of it that's kind of also a reason why I like it more than like a Doctor Strange.
Best
and things
female
like that.
superhero lead in history. The money says so. Sorry, Wonder Woman.
True.
And-
I'm just taking digs at Kyle. I'm just taking at him. I'm putting a
Yeah, we
knife
all
in
know
him.
it's Catwoman.
Oh my god, that was so
That's a
good.
good. That's a good.
That was a
one.
heck of a
That
snipe.
was good.
Oh my
We all
god, that
know
was
it. We all
fantastic.
know it.
That was fantastic. All right, let's. You
yeah,
said your
Jules,
6, right?
Yeah.
Your full 6. Let's get to Alex. Let's get his 6.
Hey.
Who's this?
Yeah.
Alex,
Just hanging out.
he's
Never
the
met-
bread
try
of
not
this
to come
show.
to this.
Alright, they're
Never
gonna
meant to be
bash on
present.
Thor.
He's the Oh, that's true.
Just do it.
All right, we're skipping. We're
Last
going to the
one,
next
Thor.
Alex's list. 2 Alexes, 1 show.
21. Hulk.
I did not think everyone or most everyone would agree with me about
Hulk
that.
No,
sucks.
yeah.
It sucks.
I think we're the best
bad
Spider-Man
they had to
cameo.
I
recast
enjoyed
Hulk.
I
That's not
enjoyed it
why they
as a
recast
movie
it.
when I saw it. I enjoyed it by itself as a movie as I saw it because there were previous Hulk movies. The Ang Lee one.
True.
Compared to that one, it's a much better movie. But in terms of like it being like a legitimate MCU movie now,
Oh,
it does not make sense.
no,
anymore.
that's the problem with Iron Man 3.
No,
Anyway,
it's not.
go.
Is it not? Because
If Iron
my
Man
number
3 's
20
next-
is Iron Man 2.
Hey.
Oh,
I took it so bad. I was supposed to be like, you just hate Guy Pearce. You just hate Guy Pearce.
I'm telling you,
I was ready
when
to
our
fight.
fans see that Alex is on the podcast, they know that this guy's got the jokes. After the favorite senator joke, they know he's come prepared.
All
He
right.
sniped me right there.
yeah. What's your next one?
Number 19 is Thor.
Thank you.
Why'd I even
it's
ask?
So bad.
To be honest, our differences between Thor and there are not. They're only 5 spots off. So
Mhm. Number 18, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Good.
17, Thor: Dark World.
That why that doesn't make me
a-
feel better.
It's pretty
That is-
low.
I can't believe
It doesn't
It is
make
not
you
better
put
than
Thor
the first
lower.
Thor. It is not better than the first Thor,
So,
but it
wait,
belongs in the
I have
low
a question.
teens.
I have a question. Alex, are you telling me you just love when Natalie Portman phones it in? Because even in the first one,
Let me tell you
she
what.
tried.
You know what I
I
don't
love
love?
She did
You know what
try.
I don't love?
You just
I don't
love Chris
Dutch
O'Dowd.
angles. That's what I don't love.
Yeah, half of the first movie
No.
is Dutch
So
angles.
you guys
Whoa.
hate Kenneth
from
Branagh.
the side.
Alex, you
He's
just love
not
Chris
that great
O'Dowd.
at
That's
you just love
that-
those
Kenneth
date
Branagh.
I
scenes,
just
don't
like
you?
I like
He
Loki.
he has
And
a lot
Loki's
of
a
this.
major part of the second
You
movie.
need to go and you watch his old stuff.
Yeah.
Not all of his old
that's-
stuff, but yet, have you seen the train movie?
Yes,
Nick,
it's fine.
Nick, can I ask you a serious question? Are those
It's
the
an
only two
okay
Kenneth
movie.
Branagh movies you've seen?
I'm trying to think of other ones I've seen that he's directed that I know.
Zach, what is
I
Kenneth
doubt
Branagh
you've
directed?
Are you
seen
talking
any
about-
other ones.
he did
Orient
If I'm
Express?
gonna be honest, I would
did
be
that
surprised if
Hamlet.
he
He
did.
did that Hamlet.
Did he direct Hamlet?
Yeah.
I know he starred. in it.
He was as an actor. He was also in Dunkirk.
Yeah, I know.
No,
what
but we
else
want
has he
direction.
directed?
Didn't he do
He's done-
another Shakespeare?
He's done a lot of.
He does
Yeah,
a lot of
he's-
Shakespeare movies.
He's done
He's done a
theater.
lot. He's done a lot.
Yeah.
I'll look it up, I'll look
directed
it
a
up.
lot of movies because we looked it up.
He's
I
a
was
Shak-
like, because when
directs
we
a
were
lot of
watching
Shakespeare,
Thor, I was
yeah.
like, this feels like a first-time director with all these Dutch angles, and we saw it was
Kenneth
him.
Branagh,
It's
yeah.
the
and I was
most
like,
that
I
he's
was shocked
had.
because
It's
I didn't-
probably the most
don't think-
money that he's ever had with a movie.
Yeah, I just don't. He maybe has made
Oh,
some good movies
Henry
in the past.
V, I think, is the big thing, and Much Ado About Nothing is another thing.
That one's
It's
also very beloved.
been nominated for 5 Oscars. I'm trying.
Just saying. you're
I
correct.
think he's hit and miss. He's a hit and miss director. I think.
My thing's not loading.
He
up.
also made the
I'm
second
struggling.
Thor too.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't.
So ha. Anyway, did you go through your list? I'm
No,
sorry.
one more.
Okay,
One
please.
more.
Yeah,
Number
go.
16, Guardians 2.
He's
Good
directing
man.
Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
Nervous.
I didn't know that.
Nervous.
Oh, he did make.
Man, I like Guardians 2 a lot more
He
than
did
you guys
Jack
do.
Ryan.
Yeah, no, I
Oh, he did.
really-
He did the Disney Cinderella, and that's just magic.
That's true. That one is very nice. It's a nice movie.
Sorry.
You're nice.
Okay,
Continue,
Alex.
Alex.
That's it.
Thank you.
What was your last one?
Guardians 2, number 16.
Great call.
Man, low.
Little
I have at 21. I have at 21.
Hulk.
Thor: The Dark World.
I also
Wow.
have Thor: Dark World 21.
My man.
That's tough.
I wonder,
You guys
Zach.
watch
Well, you and I
Hulk.
had very big agreements. We made a collaborative list at the
Yeah.
bottom, so I wonder. We'll see.
No, we
This
had
might be
our
different.
our top ones were the most agreed. But
My number 20 is Iron Man 2.
Yeah, I mean,
My number 19 is Iron Man 3.
I don't like you anymore.
My
my
number
19 is Iron Man 3.
my number 18 is The Incredible Hulk.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say Incredibles for a second. I was like,
My
is that
number
Marvel? Why is it
17?
so low?
My number 17 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And
and
it's right where
everyone
it belongs.
loves shitting on it.
It's
Why?
right where it
It's
belongs.
I feel
It's
weird.
not.
I feel weird. I hear all of this shit about. Oh, sorry. All this stuff about.
Zach, a bomb is okay.
I hear all this
What's going on
stuff
with the
about. I hear all this stuff about Guardians 2, and somehow it's way higher on my list than all of you guys.
That's right. That's what.
And you guys are nicer to movies than I am.
That's
Yeah,
so
I
true.
Guardians 2 rubs me the wrong way.
I don't-
in most
It
scenes.
really
still-
makes me uncomfortable at some scenes.
I just don't
Like,
like
I
it.
don't get it.
The
I don't
Nebula,
get
the
it.
Nebula,
is
and
so
the Nebula and
fast-paced,
Gamora stuff.
Pacing.
I
I
love
think
that.
pacing's
I think
fine.
that
Oh, it
pays
is.
off.
It literally is like we're on a mission. Oh, my dad's here. Hey, you're at the forest with me, Dad. Okay,
Go,
let's go to your
go, go,
planet.
go,
It's
go, go.
it's go
But that's in
Power
like
Rangers.
most other Marvel movies that makes me
No.
cringe. But with this one, it works
here's-
for me.
See, this one
Because
because
my
it
difference-
takes away everything that was special about the first one. It felt like it just
Here's the difference.
took the parts of it that could be too much and dialed it to 11 and took back the great stuff and.
Man,
The only jokes in Guardians 2 that hit are when they're organic. Everything else feels like James Gunn wrote it and was like, haha, everybody will think this is funny. Every other joke in all the other Marvel movies feel like they are organic to the person and the character they are.
Especially the eye getting cut.
Take a shot.
I'm already taking a pass with Guardians 2. Please do not bring up the eye thing with me. That's just
Bring it up.
rising my
Let's get
gears.
spicy.
Well, when Captain Marvel
We'll get
comes up,
there.
I'll bring it up.
Oh, Captain Marvel will be
God,
coming up.
so bad.
All right, Zach, what are your 21 through 16?
21 through 16. 21. Thor: The Dark World.
Amen.
20.
Iron Man 2.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I love it.
Haven't you not seen
I
it?
Yeah,
can
that's
see
great.
that.
I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Not the
with
first
you.
one.
Oh.
I haven't
I
seen
just
the
remember you
first
chuckling.
one.
Yeah,
You
was
rank
with
the
us.
first
So
one,
where
you
did
just
you
throw it
rank
in.
I had to throw it in at some point.
I love it.
I don't really feel that I need to see it now because
You should.
Yeah, it's a good time.
19 Iron Man 3,
Amen.
18 Captain Marvel,
Wrong.
17
It's right.
17 The Incredible Hulk.
Oh,
Oh no, you ain't seen the bomb. 16 Thor 1.
That's
Oh
not
god, that
wrong.
hurts.
That's
That's
not as low as
similar
it
to where
could
I
be.
am.
Captain Marvel is better than the Hulk.
I
But I
agree
get
with
the Hulk
that.
being low. The
At least
Hulk
the
is
Hulk
not the worst
has
Marvel
like an
movie.
identity to itself. Like I don't have an identity for Captain Marvel.
Captain,
Can you both finish
Captain
your
Marvel
crust,
at
please?
this point,
What?
she
Can
is
you both
a
finish your
Superman.
crust, please?
She is possibly a good
Imagine.
character in a bad movie. She's possibly a good character that could be better with better directors and better
Yeah.
writing. It's just not a good movie.
Captain
Yeah.
Marvel smooths out when she's on Earth.
No, it does
Yes,
not.
it does. The beginning of the movie, I was like, I don't know.
I'll agree
No,
with
no,
that.
no,
It
no,
makes
no,
sense.
no,
I'll agree
Once
with that.
Jude Law's like, "What's going on?" You're like, "I do love Jude. You love Jude.
No,
I love
everyone
Jude."
loves
Jude Law's just there playing Jude.
But some of the
Law.
acting is
Hero.
atrocious.
Jude Law
in
plays the
that
Pope
movie.
on HBO.
What?
Wow.
Jude Law's in a show called Young Pope. Or
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, that
Jude
Pope
Law,
show.
Let's turn this into the
Jude.
Young Pope podcast.
I love this guy. All right, we got to Kyle.
So we're
Hi.
down to
So now we're gonna go 16
Or 15.
15
to 10, right?
through 10, and we're gonna make
Yeah.
Julie start.
15 to
Ooh,
10.
okay.
Okay.
And Julie's starting. I'm going to wait a decade.
15. Calm down. 15 is
Who knows? We don't know
Guardians
this one.
Volume 2.
15
Little
is Guardians
high.
Volume 2. Little,
I like
I had
it.
it 2 below, but
I have it. I have
like
it
it.
higher than that, so I'm not judging.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say
I'm
it's the
judging.
worst. I would say
Will you
it's the
finish
best.
your crust?
These
sir?
movies are like the middle movies that are
The good
they're
start.
kinda-
I feel like we went from okay, the middle is
Getting
good,
pretty
and then
good.
like the elite 8 is what I.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really like
that's
the
a-
Elite 8.
Yeah, but we're
1
almost
through 8 is the elite.
That's a
me,
good
it's
way of
1
looking
through
at it.
Top 10?
almost to 8.
Alex,
I'm gonna get
you're
14 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. 13 is Doctor Strange. 12 is Ant-Man. No, I
12 is Ant-Man.
12 is Ant-Man.
you're going you're going to lose it, Nick, when you get to my list.
Where am I? 11 is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
Wow,
I like it.
That's a little low.
10
A
is
little
Civil War.
That's
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 low.
low.
That's
No,
low.
no,
That is
Let's know what I
low.
still
That
haven't
is so
said.
low.
It feels good having you
Iron
back
Man
on my
3.
side. I
still
missed
haven't
you.
said Iron Man 3.
Oh.
Let's just take note of that.
God.
Kyle,
that's-
I'm glad we're back
that's
on a
low.
team again. It was
It was
sad being
back
apart.
with-
It was sad being apart.
I mean, that's close to where I had it. It's a little bit.
That's
Yeah, it's good being on a
bad.
team again. It's good being
It's
on a
good to
team.
be on a
I
team.
missed you. I missed you. You and I, we've been in agreement, but Kyle and I fought for a little
What
bit.
the heck is going on?
Little bromance.
Civil War. Look,
yeah.
I put it 10. It's still top 10.
No, that's
It's
it.
still really
it cracked
low.
your top 10.
Crack the top.
It
10.
cracked your
Because
top
Tony
10.
Stark built it in a cave.
with a box of scraps.
He like flips his tie and it like flies.
Everything.
But yeah, I think we're like pretty much in agreement that Guardians 2 and Ant-Man 2 are not that great.
Except
No.
for Kyle.
Okay, except Kyle loves Guardians 2.
And
I
and
am-
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
All of
Ant-Man
you
and the
guys-
Wasp
I like
is
him-
better than
Everybody
Ant-Man.
Yeah, I
here
do like
loves
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man and
I
the Wasp
believe
so
it is.
much,
Did you know
and I
that there's
apparently
17
love Guardians of
villains
the
in the movie?
Galaxy
Yeah.
a lot.
And they all suck.
Yeah, but at least Evangeline Lilly is doing some.
Oh god, she's so much better than
It's
Ant-Man
called
and
an
the Wasp.
equivalent exchange.
Yeah, okay, so she's a little bit better than Ant-Man and Wasp, but
A little.
Calm down.
But
You
There's
need to
I
do
like
like
that.
that girl
too.
villain who's like
I just
Oh,
don't
Ghost
talk
is a
over
good
people.
villain.
Do it.
she
Like
doesn't
we're
give
doing right
enough
now.
time,
Do
and
it.
then they have the Matrix dude who's just hanging out, and they have
People
Lawrence
think-
Fishburne.
Oh,
Lawrence
that's
Fishburne.
definitely-
He's a legit actor.
People think that's how Ant-Man's gonna get out of the quantum realm. It's
Well-
actually because he didn't get dusted, and he's gonna find the
mean,
tech
that'd be
up top, and he's gonna pull him out.
Or
Take
he,
it
Yeah.
easy.
And then they
he
have-
should be dusted, but the quantum
like
the
the
quantum realm.
cops.
No,
has-
not
going
Ant-Man,
after
Lawrence
them the whole movie. Like they have the FBI.
I,
that's, like,
I
going
agree
after
that there's
them.
just a lot of moving parts to it, but at the same time, like, it's just so crazy what Ant-Man and the Wasp are doing throughout all of that. It
More
just
like
makes it
cringy.
more entertaining.
See, I didn't. I just found
The
it
Wasp-
annoying.
I agree, it's not good, like, as a movie in general, but at
She
least
was-
there's entertainment to it.
She was the best. She was the best character.
But I found Ant-Man
She was
to be
definitely the
very
best
good.
character. That movie suffers by so much other weak stuff,
There's
like
so much
weak
going on,
villains.
yeah.
For
Yeah,
one.
like what you were
A
saying.
lot of
There's,
other
like,
weak
3
characters,
different
Weak
villains.
like
pacing.
in Civil War, I loved
But it's
Ant-Man
still
in Civil
entertaining
War
somehow.
and all of that. I thought
I think Ant-Man's.
in Civil War,
I think
Ant-Man
in
was
two
already
seasons.
great, and then he's just a pun
I
throughout the
think
entire
Ant-Man's a lot
movie.
better than the first one, but that's just me.
I think they're pretty close. I had Ant-Man at 12, Ant-Man and the Wasp at 14. So they're close.
Yeah, I mean, they're still close. It's just, yeah,
I mean,
it's
they're
just
definitely-
really based on whatever
Yeah,
one
based
you
on
prefer.
like, what you prefer. I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
Oh, this is a
Totally.
battle of
I'm getting
taste.
nervous
Battle
for
of taste.
I'm gonna get yelled
Whose
at.
turn is it?
the Goose Deuce.
Yeah, let's make it him.
Really?
Oh, goose stew. If you've made it this far in, I'm sorry. That's a friend inside joke. Anyway,
That's
go,
about
Alex.
me.
It is. Go, Alex.
Now you're in on the joke.
Above 16
Because
is
we
15.
explained it to you.
True.
And 16 is Guardians 2. Number 15 is Doctor Strange.
Makes sense.
Number
Hey, that's, yeah.
14.
There we go.
Number 14 is Captain America, the first one.
I see it. I see it.
Number 13 is Iron Man 3.
I can,
That is too high.
A
Yeah,
little low.
Man,
I
that's
can deal with
that's
Too
too
high.
Two
high.
different
Too
things
high.
here.
That's too
I
high.
can deal with that.
No.
Like, no.
I enjoyed myself
Who's
watching
saying
with you
low?
guys, but I'm saying
Are you saying low?
She's saying it's low. I'm saying
she's saying
it's
it's low. We're saying it's
Too
high.
high.
I'm
Yeah.
saying that's
Interesting.
about good.
Kyle, I just remember you watching the movie and every 2 seconds being like, "This is so badass."
True.
It is, but it's not 13 badass.
Wow.
Did you say that when the Mandarin was like, "I'm an actor, I'm Steve"?
No,
I'm
that made me
Steve.
cry.
I'm an actor.
I cried at that
I'm
part.
hanging out with the girls in bikinis.
No,
and
that
underwear."
made me
the best
depressed.
moments in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is
Or when the
Tony's
Mandarin shows
scenes
up.
when he's falling apart, and it really holds the movie up to a higher class than a lot of these other movies.
Yeah, but most of the time he falls apart because that stupid kid comes in and goes, "Are you sad? Are you sad
love
when you flew into space?"
I love it.
And the alien, do
No,
you
no.
remember that? And
That's
he's just like,
no. That's not what he says.
That's
he
what
just,
happens.
He
We'll
just
look
gets
at it.
really close in his ear and goes, "How did you get out of the
That's a
wormhole?"
different kid. That kid's also.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that. That
No,
kid's
the
messed
whiny,
up
the
one.
whiny kid with the potato gun.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
I like
that kid's
Potato
annoying.
Gun Kid more than the other kid
I
who
like
was just
Potato
sitting there waiting for
His cue.
for him to be like, "Now," and then
Yeah.
he goes, "Oh, how did you get out of the wormhole?"
Whoa!
Right above Iron Man 3,
Yeah, let's hear it.
Captain Marvel.
And what's
That's
wrong?
too high.
Number 12, Captain Marvel.
That is way too
That's
You have
high.
it higher than I do.
That's a little low.
You have it higher than I do.
Again, two different things.
I'm one
God.
spot off of you. It's Captain Marvel's my 13.
I think it's about right. And I agree
I
with
think
you.
I think that's
13.
about right.
I think 13 and
I'm a little
12
bit
is the
different, but
perfect
close.
spot for Captain Marvel.
Number 11, above Captain Marvel, Age of Ultron.
I
can
like
see
it.
that.
Wait, where?
Number 11.
No, never mind.
We're one off again.
Yeah, same.
It was close.
I
It was
took
close.
Age of Ultron very
And
low.
number 10, Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man.
I
Wow,
love
that
I
is.
love that.
I like where it's ranked at, but I wasn't expecting it though.
Love
In
it.
top 10,
I
Ant-Man.
was
Yeah, that's
expecting
crazy.
it, I'm gonna be honest.
I love that.
My number 15 is Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think it's a good spot. Could be a little low.
I also have Ant-Man 15.
All right. Well, you've never
You
seen
guys
it.
I had to put it at the middle. I heard good things about it, but I haven't heard amazing things about it.
My 14 is Thor. I think those could be easily switched.
Yeah.
And Ant-Man honestly could pop up from where it's at a 15 all the way to 12, really. I haven't rewatched it in a while. I need to. My number 13 is Captain Marvel. I want to put it up, but I do agree a little bit that at times it is a little bland. I think it gets a lot better when they're on Earth. But that last, when the twist happens, when he drinks from the cup, when that happens, the movie really takes
What are we
off.
talking about?
Yeah, what?
In Captain Marvel.
Drinks from the cup.
When Ben
Ben
Mendelsohn's
Mendelsohn.
character drinks from the cup and he drinks from the little thing he's
Oh,
making in the house,
yeah.
that's when the movie really
I
takes
love
off. That's
Then
when
again-
the third act
then
starts.
again, Ben
Mendelsohn
It's
is great.
amazing.
Then again, you get introduced to some of the worst child acting in the entire.
You are so
Oh
wrong
God,
on
thank
that.
you. No,
You guys
I,
are so wrong on
Hi,
that.
Aunt
She's a
Kathy.
fan from
She's
Have
here.
you seen, first of all, don't beat me to Jake Lloyd.
Yeah.
Is that enough? Second of all, I do Dumbo's kids actors.
oh God, those are worse. Those are
horrible.
worse.
Yeah.
I can't believe that you guys think a normal little girl just wanting to hang out with
normal?
her Auntie Carol is bad. It baffles me.
It just
It wasn't-
walking
No, she
walking
isn't
up to
even
It's
surprised.
not even
when
bad.
your
She
dad
isn't
was
even
mean,
surprised.
and then your brother left, and so you became a pilot.
You
It's
two
just-
clearly have never been around children.
Just hate kids.
Are you kidding me? That's
just-
exactly how kids
It's
would
not.
act.
They really did not.
like, they're
they
not-
really
I
did
might
do
not
that.
have been around normal kids,
Is-
but I've
wait,
seen
is
great
the
kid
kid in Iron-
actors,
is the
and
kid
they
in
can do
Iron Man
better than
3
what they were
better?
doing.
No, he's more annoying to me.
Really?
How's
Yeah,
Jared
he's
not
annoying to
attack
me.
you?
Oh yeah. What?
He's more annoying to me.
When
What are you saying? What's happening?
Like, these kids aren't
I
on
think-
a level of it or like child acting
No,
like that.
no.
But they're not a reason
She's
where I'm like, man,
good.
I hate this movie because
She's
this child.
good.
I mean, she's not the.
was
She's
acting
obviously
like-
not
She's
the
one of
reason
the.
why.
It's
I
one
think
of the
movie's
factors
bland.
of why I don't
Love
like
this
that
debate.
movie. It's one of the. It's
Yeah.
one of
It's really not that
factors.
big of a
She
deal,
is
but it's
not
just
that
No,
bad.
she's not. Yeah, I didn't.
A
find her
child,
much.
if a child has been told their whole life about her mom's best friend every day was
Well, they
told
were
about
pals.
her,
They were pals.
and then they showed up. Oh yeah, and they were pals when she was young, and then she just shows up. She would ask 8,000 questions. She's like a 10-year-old.
it was just
Sure,
the
but
way
she's
she was
not
coming
even-
across that just
not even-
Wanting
wasn't.
to know everything about her long lost aunt. I'm gonna hide my firstborn from you, and then we'll see how you feel with it. And then you're gonna be like, that
What?
kid's a bad person.
Better have good
Bad
acting.
actor.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna think.
I was about to take a bite before I realized I have 2 more to do. My number 12 is Avengers: Age of Ultron. I have 3 more to do. My number 11 is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I don't like you.
Wow.
Oh, way too
Love
high.
it.
It's so high.
My number 10, rounding in, is
Top
Captain
10.
America: The First Avenger.
Oh,
Yes!
That's close to
America.
mine.
It makes the top 10
I
because
also-
it, arguably, Nick's gonna hate this. It is arguably the best Phase 1 film.
Oh,
Arguably.
That's a good argument.
But there are
a good
people,
argument.
even though I disagree. I
Personally,
think it's a
my
good
third
movie.
favorite.
There are
but it's
people
arguable.
who
I
like
also
that
have-
Tony Stark character.
Not you.
Have you seen the Hulk?
Yeah.
Way better than Captain America.
Okay. The first
You lost
Captain
it.
America is fantastic. I
Yeah,
absolutely
it's-
love it. It
it's great.
belongs in the top 10. All right, Zach, what is your
Number 1.
15 through 10?
15 through 10. 15 is Ant-Man. I just put it in the middle.
Shitting on it the whole
14
time.
is Doctor Strange. 13 is Guardians 2.
That's a little high, Zach.
Wow.
Number
Zach.
12 is Iron Man 2.
What?
You better take back that statement because that applies to you.
I knew this was coming.
Elaborate.
I
No,
knew
no,
this
you
was
haven't
coming.
seen.
Wow.
You haven't seen. 11 is Avengers 1.
Oof, that
Wow.
I don't
hurts.
know
That's
what's
pretty
going
low.
on.
That
That
movie
hurts.
is weak compared to all the other
I
You just hate
Avengers
I-
What's
movies.
his name? Agent.
Coulson?
Agent.
Because he just talks.
It's
Coulson's
not just that.
awesome.
It's just not as good as the other movies.
Zach
I
and
mean,
I
they've
took
upped
a
their
trip
game.
to
They have
Portland.
upped their game. After even Age of Ultron was better than that.
Oh, that's. Oh,
I
I don't know about
disagree.
that.
Zach and I took a trip to Portland and we made a combined list. And I knew from that moment when we made this podcast there
That
were 2
nothing would
things
be the same.
that would not surprise me. That Zach was going to have the first Avengers much lower than everybody else, and that he was going to have Iron Man 2 much higher than everybody else because
Yeah, that's insane.
Iron Man 2 has some fun nostalgia. Seeing it in the theater, I agree, but it's still ranked number 20 for me.
Brave man.
Yeah,
Zach.
it was way-
And number 10,
Whoa.
Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yes, let's
Same
go.
spot.
I love it. Is it me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Sadly.
Number
Nine-
5. Wait,
9 to
Yeah.
His
Five?
top 3 are going to be Captain
Nine to
America,
five?
Captain America,
number 15 for me is Doctor Strange. 14 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah, really,
cool.
yeah,
Oh,
cool,
me too.
cool, yeah, that's
Did you
right.
already rank Ant-Man?
Ant-Man and the Wasp is 14, and I ranked Ant-Man. It's a little down
like
below.
17 or something. Like
Okay.
Yeah,
Continue.
something like that. 13 is Avengers: Age of Ultron.
that. Same.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Had it one higher.
12 is Spider-Man: Homecoming, and
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah.
You love to claim you love Tom.
I do love me Tom.
In my heart, you're a Toby
What's wrong with being a Toby?
No,
What's
he's,
wrong
a,
with
he's an
Toby?
Andrew guy. I saw the way he freaked out over Amazing Spider-Man 2. That was-
Oh, that was a
Wait,
terrible
you like
idea.
Amazing
no,
I
we
did.
drank the Kool-Aid.
I did until I realized it was bad.
We came out of the theater
Fair
being
enough.
like, they figured out how to handle 3 villains. They did.
Number 11
No one ever
is
does.
Thor Ragnarok, and number 12 is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
That's absurd.
Those are some
11
high
and
picks.
12.
And
That-
number 10 is Guardians.
Guardians
Volume
is. Did I say 12 instead of
You said
10?
12.
I'm sorry, I meant number 10 is
I'm
Guardians. of the
alright
Galaxy
with
2.
Guardians 2
It's not
being
the
higher
tiredness.
on
We
the
hit
list.
Jules the hardest. Take
But
Kyle the
Ragnarok,
hardest.
And did you just
Yeah.
see it out low?
Kyle, wait. Let me. Did you say number 10 was Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah,
2.
Volume 2.
2.
2.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God.
I'm such a nincompoop sometimes.
Sorry about that.
I felt you about to rage at me, and I was like, but it's Volume 2.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
All right,
Should be
Nicholas.
lower, but whatever.
Man,
Yeah.
you guys, I
What
don't
should
get
be
you
lower?
guys,
Guardians 2? Absolutely.
Man, it's
it
way
is the-
better than you guys are saying.
It's crazy
it
though
is.
because
I had
now
a
you
lot
and
of
I
fun
will
with
watch Marvel movies now, and I can tell halfway through I was like, oh, these are Guardians 2 jokes. Kyle's gonna love this movie, and then we get out and it's just not very good.
But that's what
And
what
they've
I'm
never
saying
had
though.
one
Like
since Guardians
you're
2 has
argu-
all been funny.
that's what I'm saying though. Like your guys' argument about the humor in Volume 2 is
That's
me
correct.
in like the majority of Marvel movies. Like Doctor Strange is a good example. Sometimes Ant-Man and the Wasp is
No,
that good
Doctor
of example
Strange
as
definitely
well.
has it. but
Doctor
I don't
Strange
think,
struggles a little
personally,
bit.
I don't think
But-
any movie has it as bad as Guardians 2.
But
there,
that's
it's
where I
definitely a problem.
That's
with
where I
all the
disagree.
movies.
I think the humor still works. I agree with you about Drax. I think the humor does ruin Drax
Oh
a bit
yeah,
in Guardians
Drax
2.
is ruined in that
But
movie.
beyond that, I
As
still
a
think the
whole-
humor works for what that group of characters
And
are.
as a whole, I felt like it had enough like space to be fun. At the same time, I was just
Yeah.
having a good time.
And it
with
has a
I was-
lot of more
The same
heart than
with
the first
Iron Man
one.
2. I don't know
It-
why I like that movie
That's-
more.
I don't know if
A
it
lot
has
more.
more
I didn't
heart
hear what
than
you
the
said.
A lot more heart and character development than the first one.
Oh, I disagree. with
I
that.
disagree so
I mean,
hard.
I'm just
disagree with that.
I'm just saying, like, the first one does a great job at setting up who these characters are and why they're so struck with tragedy and why they're banding together. But the second one, I think, dives into a little deeper on how they're trying to overcome those issues.
See, I think
The
it tries to
Nebula
do it,
and,
and then it
yeah,
fails
it just felt
completely.
super
No,
fake.
that was completely.
I think the first one they
Yeah.
ignore
Nebula
everyone
and
except
Gamora,
Peter.
their relationship is
Nobody
hinted
has
at.
development in their backstory except for and Yondu. Yondu and Peter. The
I think
only
Gamora
ones
and
who
Nebula have great development, and Yondu and
But they do the same.
Rocket.
They just yell at each other.
But they're not yelling for the sake of being siblings that are rivals. They're yelling at each other to try to get their point across as to why they're at odds with each other. And I think that comes across well.
They didn't even need Baron Zemo to break them apart. They just broke apart on their own.
True.
I would argue that the first Guardians is all about. Peter's arc is all about him accepting that what had happened to his mother and accepting what has happened to him.
Yeah.
And that's especially seen when he's holding the hands of everybody and he sees his mom and
Yeah.
he sees Gamora, is that he's learned to let go of that. And I think that hits way harder than his dad does.
Oh, by
I think it hits
I
much
didn't
harder.
feel anything for his
I mean,
dad.
I agree with that too, but I still think the impact received between him and Ego, Peter's dad, still comes across great to me. I agree with what you're saying, but I think it does a better job than you guys give it credit for.
It's fine.
The only thing I like about the scene with him and his dad is when he shoots him, and the only reason I like that is because we see the same reaction in Infinity War. It's the only
Yeah,
reason
you,
I like
it's
his
character
reaction
development.
like that.
You also
Yeah,
see
yeah.
a weird version of like weird clay versions of Kurt Russell making out with like hundreds of
Yeah.
creatures, and it looks so
There's
sexual.
moments like that I was just so
And it's just,
uncomfortable in
it's
that
it
movie.
feels
I'll give
like
you that
James
one.
Gunn
I'll give you
is
that
going
one.
too
That's a bit
into
weird.
himself.
Yeah.
Made
I'll
me
give you
feel
that.
Kyle,
Bad.
I'll give you that one.
Which also brings up.
Yeah. Hi.
Say your thing.
if Guardians 1 didn't exist, Guardians 2 would be way higher on my list. But Guardians 1 exists.
Yeah.
Guardians one's
Which,
just above
I haven't said Guardians 1 yet,
True,
so
no
like
one has.
it's yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
with you.
I think all
I
Kyle
understand.
is saying is that for what Guardians is trying to be and is, it is perfect.
That's another
You
inside
stopped
joke.
listening and I took a shot at you.
That'll come back around once we get higher on the list.
I have to tell Nick that argument because I think he'll be with me on that a little bit.
I
But
wasn't even paying
that's fine.
This side of the table isn't
Guardians,
even in space
Guardians
right now.
2 loses a lot of its weight. I do like the Yondu stuff a lot because Yondu's so cool. But and this comes into when Gunn got fired. I remember you were much more nervous and you were like much more bummed about it than I
Yeah.
was. And it was because it was
That's-
like I didn't love Guardians 2 that much.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody can do
But
something
he
a little better
made
with the
those
script.
characters what they are, and it's so hard to replicate that. It's
Clearly, it's not the Russos do it.
well because they had Jim Gunn's help.
Well, no. I don't think James Gunn was on set every day the Guardians were directing.
No, but he still gave them the right advice to make it work.
Ah, I don't know how much of that is, a quick conversation at dinner and not, but.
I don't think it would
And
matter.
also, they weren't like.
Nick, I just want to
is
get
my
on.
show.
Yeah, I just want to say my 5.
All right.
Yeah, and we can move
Are you
past
done?
it.
Did you got to 10? All right,
Yeah, I've
go
said my
ahead.
piece about
Nick
it.
poo-pooed any fun we were all having to get to his list.
True.
Been doing this to me for the last 20 years of his existence.
15 is Thor.
Really?
Oh, I forgot we were still like okay, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
with
behind. 14 is Captain Marvel.
you. Man, jeez,
13
that's-
is Age of Ultron.
okay. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah,
normal
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
12's Ant-Man.
Mm.
11 is Captain America: The First Avenger.
I like that.
Which I
At 11?
it's pretty high.
I like it where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So
And
number
then
10.
10 is Iron Man 3.
Oof.
Amazing.
No, I got
Really
that's
too
high,
high.
man.
Wow.
Julie's
I know
about
I
to
kept
go
saying it was
see
badass,
yours.
but it's
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
that.
Can we?
It's
Can
I had
not.
a
we?
great time with that.
Julie
Oh
has.
my
You haven't
God.
said Iron Man 3,
Yeah,
right?
we'll wait till she's
When
Oh my
Jules
God,
gets to
it's gonna
Iron
be
Man
a
3,
top
we'll
five.
start. We'll get into
It's
that.
gonna be a top.
Oh my
We're
God.
gonna move over to Zach now.
Yeah, let's do
and
it.
Zach, I want you to give me your 10 through 6, and we're gonna end with the top 5. Actually,
9 through 6.
You mean 9,
9 through 6, but I've changed my mind. We're gonna do 9 through 4, and we're gonna end with the top 3.
Alright.
Julie
Yeah,
started
yes.
the
Yeah,
whole
she
ball.
started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now everybody
That was
started
like 5
once.
years.
He's so nice though.
Man,
So
I'm
nice.
So 9 through 4.
9 through
You're almost
4.
there.
Yeah, we're gonna end with the top 3.
All right, 9 is the first Iron Man.
Wow.
I knew Nick would think that's.
Okay.
Number 8,
Little low.
Age of Ultron.
Little high.
Wow. Little high.
Number 7, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, I like that.
Zachariah.
Number 6.
His name is Zachary.
Number 6,
That's the other
Guardians
one.
of the Galaxy.
I like it.
Number 5, Civil War.
Like that one too.
Wow, Civil War hit his top 5.
And then number 4.
Yeah.
Oh, number 4, Black Panther.
Me too.
I like those. I like those rankings a lot.
Nick is gearing up.
Age of Ultron might be a little bit.
You're
Very
going. This side of the table is going to gun for
We
my
had-
jugular.
we had,
so.
Yeah, no, we are very different.
Yeah.
I've
Age
got
of
something
Ultron.
similar high
Oh,
with
sorry.
you, but I'll go next.
A bit high, but I'll take it.
My number 9
Yeah.
is Thor Ragnarok.
Me too.
Me too.
My number 9
but that's just me.
my number 9 Thor
Your eight.
Ragnarok. My number 8 is
Please be the same. I think it is.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I like that
Not quite.
I love it.
Dude, we might have 7 the same, honest to God. Then it will fall
we
off
don't.
a cliff.
We don't.
You know.
Can you guess?
No, it's
Yes.
7, not my
I
7.
think Black Panther's my guess for you. Or Iron Man.
It's Iron Man.
I hate you.
We were about to be.
one. Don't worry,
brothers.
Nick. We're gonna be just fine together.
Number
in the
7
Iron Man Club.
is Iron Man. Kyle and I got into a big conversation, and Zach and I got into a big conversation. The three of us, excuse me, got into a big conversation a couple weeks ago when we were rewatching these movies. And I was like, no, it's still top 5 for sure, but like I get why it couldn't be in there. And then when I was making this list, I was like, you know what? I've just rewatched the 2 movies I have above it, and I got to be honest, I like them more rewatching. The rewatchability factor played a
Have you
big
rewatched
part.
Iron Man lately? I don't believe you.
Wow.
I don't believe you.
Again, I'm with you, man. I'm
yeah,
in the
yeah,
same
we've
camp.
talked about
We've
My
talked
number
about it,
6
yeah.
is Guardians of the Galaxy.
I,
Wow.
once again, I hate
Yes.
you.
I saw
Oh,
Guardians.
we got
I
the
saw
same.
Guardians of the Galaxy 4 times in like a weekend.
Oh,
and
God.
rewatching it for the first time in like 2 years, a couple weeks ago. It's just too good. And in my top 5
But
is
not good enough, I guess.
my number 5
Not good enough
is
for
Captain
Papa.
America: Civil War.
Bullshit.
After just
Right there.
rewatching Civil
Well, no,
War,
no,
One
actually,
of the
that's not
best
true.
villains
after
in
just
the MCU.
rewatching Civil War, this is something why I love Game of Thrones so much too, is that when they all just get together and talk, it's the best. And when all the heroes in this movie, they just get together and talk a lot, and I just love it. And Tony just looking at him, he's like, I don't care. He killed my mom. It's just brutally too good.
Kill my.
And how kind of
I didn't care about his
Didn't he
dad.
say
No,
his
he said
dad?
his
No,
mom.
he said mom.
He said his mom.
and it's
Oh.
and it's the best part
Mom.
and the best part
Howard, not a good dad.
Yeah.
and the best
Great
part of
dad
the
to Cap.
movie and the
Great
best
dad.
and the best part about the movie is just sort of like when you want them to get on equal sides and actually see the eye to eye, but something keeps getting in the way and it
Yeah.
just keeps making everything worse on top of Zemo. Like Captain America makes a pretty stupid decision by saying like, "Oh, you're my only friend, Bucky, from 100 years ago. Yeah, I'm gonna protect you over the entire my entire
Captain
allegiance to
America
my friends."
literally gives up being a hero for America to be a hero for Bucky.
Because he's tired.
It's called a Kyle.
It's called being in love.
Kyle,
And also,
I
he
would do
has
that
no,
for you
in, that,
any
in
day
the
of the
beginning
week.
of that movie, he has
Thank
no
you.
reason
Yeah, but Kyle
to
would
think
turn
Bucky
against
has
me.
changed.
I'm the
And he
Bucky to
attacked
his
me.
Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you killed a lot of people.
I killed his mom.
You killed his mom, which is my mom.
Wait a minute.
Wait, this is Batman v Superman.
Except hopefully.
Where did you say the name?
I've got one more. My
Yeah,
number 4.
let's hear
Here
it.
we go.
My number 4. This is
I
a
hate
big
it.
reason Iron Man fell. Is the first Avengers.
I
Wow.
have
The
that
first,
to say.
the first Avengers was my number 1 for a long time,
Me
and
too.
I've had 3 that have knocked it down. But I've gone with the first Avengers is better than the first Iron Man, and it needed to be in there, so it's in the top 5.
I don't like you.
Alright.
I think you're full of crap. All right, Alex, what she got?
Hey!
Hey, y'all.
Hey!
Number 10 was that
We
man.
already did.
I was just recap.
Previously.
Previously
on Alex's list.
Number 9 is Thor Ragnarok.
Boom.
Oregano rock.
Number 8.
Yeah, you can't say it right.
Alright.
Thor
Number 8
Oregano.
is Winter Soldier.
Whoa!
I
Oh
legitimately
my
almost did a
God.
spit
That's
take.
actually kind of.
I was
that's
amazed.
kind of-
He's gonna throw a
Oh
punch.
my god. 8?
I
All right,
almost
calm
just
down.
did a spit
Eight.
take. That is so low.
Wow.
Wait, no, that's your.
Number
That's a-
7 is Homecoming.
All right.
I'll
I
take
have
that.
the same.
I'll
I
take
have
that.
the same too.
I can
Number
take that.
I love the homecoming love.
Yeah.
I was afraid about that
That's a
one.
completely different reaction to the last
I-
one. Number 6 is Civil War.
I had mine.
Number,
Yeah,
I
that's-
like that.
number
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
is the first Iron Man.
I don't like that.
I can see that in the top
I can
5.
see
And
that.
Yeah,
number
top 5.
4 is Black Panther.
Oh,
Yeah, I can
we
see
have the
that
same
too. I just realized Civil War is we're at the 6th spot.
Really?
Yeah.
I know what
Good stuff. Good
everybody's
spot
number
to
1
be.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Going
We've had,
Winter
we've
Soldier,
had
whoever
7
is
and
number
4.
one.
We have 7 and 4 to know the same.
Everyone knows
What?
mine.
We have 7 and 4 the same.
Actually, I think it's just me.
Really?
Probably Nick.
Oh.
7 and 4.
You said it the other day, and I think I was the only one listening. Anyway, Julie,
Yeah.
Okay,
just
this
having side
is gonna
combos.
get feisty.
Oh,
Oh, I love
Iron
that.
Man
Let's
3.
start, let's start with number 9, Captain Marvel. And I just want to say,
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I
I
love
love
it.
it.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
We're back on the same page again.
Mm.
And
It's my
you
13th.
said you had fun with Iron Man 2. You said you had fun with Guardians 2.
I did.
That's how I feel about Captain Marvel. It's just a fun time.
Yeah, at least you got that.
Great origin story.
Mhm.
Sure, it's a little simple, a little basic formula, but I just had so much
I
fun.
haven't seen
That's fair.
Kyle eat anything that's not a bland dinner in the last 2 years, and he says bland is not good with Captain Marvel, and all he eats is
Kyle, what's
bland.
up with that?
All he eats is his little.
It's the noodles.
fettuccine.
That's
That's
a
the
bland
only
dinner.
bland you
Captain
want.
Marvel
Like,
is
all
the
right.
Yeah, that's
fettuccine
true.
Pizza
microwave
rolls in
made
there.
of noodles.
A reliable, delicious dinner.
I'm
I'm
nervous.
with you.
I love it.
Number
When she-
9,
When
alright.
she
Yeah.
in the movie does this and it's boom, oh, Thanos is done.
It's a cool shot.
game over.
It's a cool shot.
Thanos is
Oh,
done.
he's
And she has a
done.
little mohawk.
Oh my god.
Flip.
Bree, I'm single. Call me.
The Mohawk brought it.
I liked the unicorn
number
store. I'll say that if we ever meet.
It was the Mohawk.
It was the Mohawk.
She's your
much.
wife.
I wish.
Alright, let's move on to
She's so
number
nice.
8. Iron Man 3.
At least it's
Wow.
not in top 5. I thought for sure it was gonna be in
It's
top
in
5.
All right, let's
Yeah.
get
That's
it
pretty cool.
going.
Let's get dangerous.
Iron Man 3 is exactly what it is.
It's a
It is
bland
not
dinner.
Perfect for that.
It is,
Is
not.
it?
It is
No.
the most underrated movie in the MCU.
That's Thor.
Thor.
Iron Man
The
2
first
is
Avenger?
more underrated
No.
than
That's Iron Man 3.
Iron Man True is just trash.
Ant-Man.
Iron Man
but-
2 is not very good.
Yeah.
Thor 2 though. Thor: The Dark World. Pretty underrated.
I'll-
It's not.
The reason I like
With that
Iron Man
crappy
3
elf
so much
villain.
is because of all the Tony stuff. The action is fun.
Yeah.
And I think Guy Pearce is
Action's
actually
great.
pretty good in the role, even though you guys hate his little
You-
turn and he hates Guy Pearce with his,
When Guy Pearce shows up trying to
I
look
have
like
a great time
an
with
ugly
it.
nerd, it's brutally a handsome
Yeah.
man that they put a wig on.
I mean,
Yes.
definitely,
It's true.
it's
the
just
appreciation really does need to go to Shane Black for.
making a
Making
good
Christmas
non-Marvel.
I also
Every day.
I don't understand.
No, that just
I did
taking,
not like the dynamic between Tony Stark and the kid.
I
And
did.
also,
The kid's
I
annoying,
could
man.
barely
I'm
buy
sorry.
his
I actually,
PTSD
I
in that
I
Oh
film.
really? I liked his.
Ugh.
I thought the PTSD
His
was.
PTSD has been leading up from all the movies that he's been.
And I like
His
that Shane Black did
PTSD
that.
is
That's
in
what I was
every
gonna
movie
say. That's
until
my
Infinity
favorite
War.
part.
And
Just
the
that
one
part
issue
is
that I
great.
don't
Yeah.
really get. I mean, kind of, but the idea that you put it way down on your list because it's not a good Marvel movie. Like, I just think it's a good movie, and that's why
I
it's
don't-
better than a lot
I
of the
This is
other
don't
MCU
movies.
talk.
No, I legit. I'm not
It's an
talking.
MCU movie that's just better than other movies, even if it's not as
Marvel.
like half of these movies, like Doctor Strange, like oh, it's kind of too formulaic, and then you get a movie that isn't.
Iron Man
an
3 is the
MCU.
same formulaic.
I know, but then why are you saying it's a good Shane Black movie, but a bad
It's
MCU
a fine
movie?
Shane Black movie. I don't know if it's a good Shane.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't like that.
think
I don't
it's
hate
less
it, it's
formulaic.
fine.
It
It's fine.
explores things that are not explored in other movies. Like it
Yeah.
explores his PTSD and his anxiety.
Yeah, that part I
And then
like.
it
That
also
stuff I like.
challenges,
I like that.
Like the stereotypes of what a terrorist is supposed to be. Like it turns out to just be an actor, and it's Guy Pearce and stuff.
Oh, but for like a comic fan, they completely ruin a beloved character.
Especially
Mandarin-
like
Yeah.
a character that's like a staple to the
Like,
Iron Man.
yeah, like the
lore.
Mandarin is the guy, and he's also like super crazy, powerful, and,
also,
all cool in the
honestly,
comics, and they
Guy
ruin
Vil-
him. He's just
Guy
human
Pearce, no,
torch.
in that film, Guy Pearce's like villain, barring all the Mandarin stuff,
I am the Mandarin.
him just
They're fire people.
The thing is that
just
we have the exact
shooting
same.
fire out of his mouth. He's still a boring villain. He's still
literally-
a boring
he's
villain.
literally-
Julie, who shoots fire. out of
Iron
his
Man
mouth.
3, I think we the problem is we all agree, I think, on all the good points. There are quips I really like, same in like his Predator movie. I like a lot of his quips, I like his dialogue. I don't think overall, though, I think he kind of ruins a little bit, especially at the end, taking the arc reactor out, I don't love, and they clearly just half retcon that in the rest of the things
Tons of things are retconned from many.
Yeah, half retcons, they're
Captain
technically
Marvel.
organic.
You're mad about him taking the thing out of his chest.
It's called
Let's
contract.
retcon the flirkin' flirk
Uh,
out.
He took that department out of the movie.
The
You're mad about
action-
the little thing in his chest.
The action is good. I do like seeing more Tony being Tony.
Also, Tony, when he breaks into the...
It's
mansion,
cool. It's really
awesome.
cool. No, it is really
Heck of a
cool.
time.
But at the end of the day, to me, it's a weak villain. It is, and that ruins the part of the story from start to end because I don't really care about the villain. And I was so excited, like when you go in being like, man, we're gonna get the Mandarin. And Kyle's done nothing but inform me on the Mandarin, and I go do research on how great this character is.
And then you watch
And,
the movie.
and then, but
Oh,
like, it's
I
a
almost
twist.
cried.
It's a twist
I
that
shouted at
doesn't
the
work.
screen.
Like when the
Straight
twist
up.
hits, I remember being like, really?
All right.
This is Ben Kingsley.
That's what I
You got
said.
to play this incredible character, and like,
You'll never
oh,
see
it's the best.
me.
You'll
coming.
never see me coming. It's
I
just
think
the
we
best.
disagree because we're focusing on different things. Like you're focusing on the Mandarin because it was like really hyped up for you, and I focus mainly on Tony because he's.
I
obviously one of
love
my
the Tony
favorite
stuff, but
characters.
I've also
And the
seen that in
movie's
every other
about-
Marvel movie.
I also
Well, I think Iron Man 3
Not
is
really.
Also-
You haven't seen him
is
deal
the
with
best
post-traumatic stress disorder.
character.
You do a little
movie
bit, not
for
as much.
Tony.
Age
Well-
of Ultron gave him a better reason to have people.
Yeah, he talks about it in Ultron all the
this
time.
is-
And
you sound
built
like
on
the last
and built on that more and more
Parts of
Infinity War,
Nick?
and the stuff in
Stop.
Ultron being the reason why he goes through.
That's
the
true.
stuff
There
in
is quite a
Infinity
bit
War.
of it.
I just think there are
When was the
also
last time you saw
other.
Ultron?
Clearly, according to my rankings, like there's other Marvel
There's-
movies
there's
I
more.
appreciate more as compared to Iron
That
Man 3.
too.
I think they're
I
kind of
agree
just
with that.
done better in terms of its storytelling. I think they're done better in terms of going deep on some of their characters or just making it a more fun and entertaining movie. Maybe some of the villains are just done better. I mean, Iron Man 3 on my ranking, like, I'm not saying it's like Thor 2 or Iron Man 2. I'm not saying that.
You know,
like,
I don't think
I
we have
enjoyed it.
I think we all have it in the
But
same
it's
tier,
just-
but
I
she
just
has
don't
it at the
have-
top of that tier, and most
Clearly,
of us
it's just an
towards the
enjoyment
bottom.
level, and I don't have the same enjoyment level as
What?
you, which is why you have yours up
No,
so
it's
high and I
not.
have mine so low. Like, we're agreeing on the same
On
points for the
parts that are
most
good and the
part.
parts that are bad. But
Yeah.
I just like
Some of
very
those
much
good
enjoy
points
the
were
Tony
not
parts
enough to save that movie.
to
We all just ate
overall-
the
I
same
think
meal
it
and
outweighs
didn't like
all
different
that
parts of it. Bringing
because
it back to the movie.
And I also feel like it's not very formulaic, and I feel like it's
Yeah.
a very
I'm
unique
with you there.
Marvel
It's not very formulaic
No,
because it's
no.
not
This
an
is like
MCU
you
type movie.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, is what
I
Alex
need to
is
give that
getting
a
at.
rewatch. I've admitted it.
The worst part of Iron Man 3 is the ending. Don't like the ending.
Yeah.
I like when he blows up the suit.
Don't like the lava people.
But it doesn't
On
matter because the
Christmas.
suits come
Don't
back.
like
Is
all
Iron
the
Man
suits
3 a
come
Christmas
in
movie?
and it's like buy our toys.
Takes
That's,
place
but
on
that's not a.
It is.
Yeah.
Is it a Christmas movie,
And
Kyle?
the
Would you agree?
president's hanging up.
No.
What?
I,
Do you know where I'm
don't-
going
I know where
this?
you're going with
I don't
this,
think
yeah.
he's
He's always
always a
saying no
Christmas
because I'm
movie.
going with it.
So I
It
don't
doesn't have
You're
Christmas themes,
violently-
therefore it's not a
You're
Christmas
both so
movie.
biased towards Die Hard. Anyway, we'll
Die
have
Hard's a
another
good
podcast
movie.
You
about
ruined
that.
Die Hard for me because you used to sing the song all the time.
He used to sing the song all the time,
Just
sir.
say
All right,
it.
has everybody
Okay.
gone?
No! Julie's only halfway done!
Poor Julie.
We need to stop it.
You
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
you
We
keep
still
throwing
got
you keep
two cars.
egging you keep throwing
Yeah, we do.
hours to
eggs
go,
over at
man.
us and just
I only
sort
have
of
a lot
like,
of homework
okay,
to do
come
tomorrow.
get me.
Okay.
Yeah, let's keep going with
Okay,
Julie's list. We
number
said our piece for
7
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3
is
should
the
have been lower.
Avengers.
I'm sorry, can you...
Where am I?
Number 8?
Number 7. My number 8
Eight.
was Iron Man 3.
Oh, number 7 is...
Okay.
Number 7 is
Now,
Avengers.
7 is Avengers.
Okay, gotcha.
6 is Infinity War.
Wow.
Huh.
Wow.
Wait.
Nick's gonna have it around the same.
Oh.
It's probably Nick's.
Wait. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You told me the other day it was going to be like 47th down on the list, and I was like, Nick, there's not even enough
Never
movies.
said that. I said
You said it when we were sitting
You
outside
told
the other
me
day.
the other day that it was below the top 10.
That's
what you told me.
No,
We were in the
it's
kitchen.
my
I
top
remember.
We were in
five.
the kitchen.
Nick, you're a talker.
Anyway,
I
Endgame
know.
is
We need to
there.
get going
No,
here.
we
So,
know.
Yeah, well, Julie, keep
number
going. Keep
5
going.
is Iron Man, and number 4 is Thor Ragnarok.
Hey,
Oh,
guess
Zach
what,
loves
Julie?
that.
Iron Man is
Oh,
also
bad.
my number 5.
I know.
I do. I do love that.
Hot dog.
Yeah, though.
Hell yeah. Number 5.
Who are we at?
It's a perfect
It's
spot.
my turn.
Perfect spot.
All right, young Nicholas.
9, Thor Ragnarok.
Right
I thought it was an
9.
okay time. The reason I don't like it is because it's the third movie in a trilogy, and it just completely changed the tone.
But it
so
did
much.
for the better.
Yeah.
It did.
That was fantastic.
Yes.
It actually,
It's ranked at number 9,
was
Nick.
actually
It's the
the
highest
best-
Thor
Nine?
movie
I
you
know,
ranked.
but-
When I think about it,
It's
I don't
the
think of it as a
highest Thor
trilogy.
movie?
I don't think of it as a trilogy. I think that was the standalone movie that was the best
Kind of,
springboard
I don't- it
for
just-
Thor
I- it
to
just
get it
felt
into the
like it
rest of
was-
the movies.
Pretty
Look,
good, but
we finally agree.
I don't know. I just think
Yeah.
I like
It took a
Enemies
while.
become
Yeah.
friends so
like
fast.
that's just, I could for me on my list I could have seen it closer to like 12, like not closer to like.
I mean,
8.
that's where I have it. Like,
Yeah, so I don't love Thor Ragnarok like 3. I think it's
Hey,
just pretty.
You know what? Number 9, good place for
9.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Me too.
Good place. For
8 I put Spider-Man.
I love the love for Spider-Man. I did
Yeah,
not
it's-
expect
it's
it. It's
great.
great.
I love the
That's
look.
awesome.
I don't know why you didn't expect
7 is Civil War.
that. Doesn't
Yeah,
shock me.
yeah.
I think there's some tonal issues with it, and obviously I don't love the villain like others. And I have some hot takes
The
about
other.
the airplane scene, but I won't say it because I don't want Kyle to help me.
I want you
Airplane.
to say it right now.
Airport.
Airplane.
It's my show.
Airport.
Oh, airports.
Say
Oh
it-
my god.
say it
Oh
right
no, I'm
now.
not ready for this.
Say it right now. I want to
The
know.
not-
airplane scene's awesome,
Airport.
and
There
it's
is an airplane scene with Steve and Bucky where they're in love.
true. The
do
airport
have
scene
sex
is
in an
awesome, and I know it's every
Yeah.
comic book
No, it's what everyone means.
fan's dream, but I think it is so misplaced in Civil War, and it really took me out of the movie.
But he gets 43 hours or whatever to bring him in, and it was 24 hours ago. He found him in the airport.
You're a nincompoop.
I just think it's I think the tone of it
I don't
is
see
so
how that would
off.
pull you out.
On the roof.
And it pulled me out of the movie.
I think the humor is what's pulling you out of it. I don't know if it's the tone.
Well, that's the tone of the scene is that it's light and humorous.
But I think the
That's the
humor
tone
is
of the
taken
scene.
away from the tone. Is
Of what is a very compelling story.
Wait, hold on. Are you talking about when they're standing in a row?
oh, that's just
and then
amazing.
and then it breaks out into the fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That whole
It's
sequence.
amazing.
There's a lot of cool things in it, but I think it would have worked way better in a different movie. And I just think in that movie, to take Civil War to the next level, that scene needed to be handled differently.
I think the humor. I can agree to an extent that the humor does take away from the stakes that are happening in that fight between like the Avengers members, but it's still a badass fight.
Oh,
it's still
I
amazing.
enjoyed the fight. It just
I
holds down that
cried.
movie.
I cried, Nick.
Well,
I
I know.
cried.
You're
And it's
the
also
person.
and
who's
also
cool.
It was
if
the
you're saying
fans.
dark,
Yeah.
if you're saying like oh it was supposed to be a serious moment, well both sides of the same team are fighting each other. And that's
And there's also characters brought in that don't know how serious this is
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Hawkeye?
like
I mean,
Spider-Man.
Hawkeye,
everybody's
Ant-Man,
gotta
Spider-Man, like...
Gimmick now. Will you both finish your
But
guess?
so that's kind of my reason
No.
why Civil War, because I want Civil War to be higher, but that's kind of why it's at 7.
I mean,
wants it.
it's at 6 for me, so I
Yeah.
guess I shouldn't complain too
Um,
much.
At 6,
fine.
I have Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Same as
That doesn't shock me, but
And
it should be.
I
much
think there's that honestly could flip with Civil War. I think there's a decent amount of issues with Infinity War. 5's Winter Soldier. It's incredible.
Yes.
higher. And it's at 5.
5.
Yeah, that's...
4 is the Avengers.
I love that.
My name is Nicholas,
Love
and I
the
pay
Avengers.
I love it.
more attention to the movies that came first. I did.
Well, I mean, the Infinity War wouldn't exist if Avengers wasn't good.
Thank you.
That's a
Like,
that's a big assumption.
Well,
A lot of
Infinity War
dimensions
wouldn't
we could open up.
wouldn't have existed if Age of Ultron wasn't good, or if
But
all
Age
the
of
other
Ultron-
movies weren't as
yeah,
good.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but Avengers
your
was
next
the
one?
first big... We're at 4.
That was your 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Captain America was the first Avenger.
No one cares.
I care. And I
Even though
care.
Good majority of us did.
Oh boy. I don't know how this is gonna go well.
All right,
I think it's gonna go great.
let's move over. Who wants to start this round?
Well, I still have to
I'll
say
still-
mine.
Yeah.
Oh God! All right, just kidding. I'm kidding. I love him.
We're 22 hours into this already.
Well, speaking of First Avenger, number 9 is Captain America: First Avenger because it's amazing.
Nine.
Yeah, no, that's kind of similar. Like, I had 11. Like, I
Yeah,
see that.
I
yeah.
had it just
14.
one.
Number
I
8.
think, like, naturally 13.
Number 8. The underrated movie in the MCU. Thor.
Oh my
Thor is at number 8.
Kyle.
It is
Eight.
wonderful.
Kyle, I
You're an
love
idiot.
you. Thor is
You.
the most underrated. It's not 8.
It,
Wait,
it
the
is 8,
original
guys.
Thor?
It's not
The
It is not
original
top 10
Thor
material.
is 8. Yep. It
Oh,
is
It's
at
not
number
top
8.
10 material. I'm
You're
sorry.
right. I gotta give a public apology to Kyle. He told me he was gonna have a lot of surprises on his
Boom.
list, and I told him I didn't believe him because I usually can predict what he's gonna have. He said a couple shockers today.
A couple of shockers.
That's
Thor
too high.
is an underrated gem
And I
to
love-
me. I love it.
The only way
I
I'm
love
defending it.
Loki as I love Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Chris Hemsworth is Thor. Like he was born to be Thor.
It's
I
Drake.
think
I like
Look at
it's
this.
such a it's a nice like
Yeah. that's-
Who am I?
Black Widow.
Yeah, in Infinity
Yeah,
War.
that's my reaction to you putting Thor number 8.
What part is
It's
that
kind of
at?
a it's kind of a
when they're around Vision and he's dead, and Captain America kneels down and everyone runs around. She runs up, holds her hand like this, and goes, and then the camera just stays there, and then slowly zooms for like a minute, and I can't get it out of my head. It's seared into my head. It's so bad.
It
I-
just shows you
That's
how
mine.
much shock she is in.
Apparently,
if you don't
She's
get the
got
point,
tummy
she
ache.
is
She's in so
shocked.
much shock.
I don't know, like it's kind of like a weirdly great road trip movie. It's a weirdly great coming of age movie, and I just love that
Ragnarok.
Kenneth
Iron
Branagh was able.
Did you have
we still
Ragnarok
talking
lower
about
than
Thor?
Thor? The first
Yeah,
one?
I
Thor
feel like
Ragnarok
at
is a
11.
much better road movie.
I would
I
agree.
enjoy
I feel like-
Thor just a bit more.
Kyle
It's
didn't
like
like the
something
jokes
about
in Thor
it.
Ragnarok. He
like
doesn't
it
like the
rhymes.
jokes in Thor Ragnarok.
I like.
I
the
don't even
majority
know
of-
you
I like
anymore.
the majority.
I
of
feel
the
like what
jokes in
Iron Man
Thor
3 and
Ragnarok.
Sejuli is. What
I feel like in
Thor
our
is.
review, you
I,
can say
it
that.
probably
It's like the
is.
same thing,
It probably
yeah.
is, except Thor is better.
Except for Iron Man.
Wow.
It's a special place in my heart. Like I understand like what I'm getting right now, but it's I don't know something
When was
about
the
it. I
last
just
time you
love.
rewatched Thor Ragnarok?
Last year.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
Didn't it come out last year?
What?
No,
Thor
2017.
Ragnarok?
It's 2017.
No, yeah, I watched.
Okay.
I probably watched it last year. Still, yeah.
I really don't remember you being nice to the jokes at all in my review. I remember you really.
I mean, it's
not
on
liking
the
those
side.
jokes.
It's on the side of like a Doctor Strange or like maybe an Ant-Man, where like the jokes take away from like the stakes that are in, but I appreciate them more than some of the others. I don't know if that makes
Oh,
sense,
it's
but that's
so
how I get.
good.
It is like it is a
Like,
good movie, but
Now,
first
what's your
Thor-
7?
The first Thor
7
one-
is. Oh, you go.
The
go
first
ahead,
Thor
sorry.
when I watched it the first time, I was not impressed. I was actually kind of.
When did you watch it?
Back when it first came out.
Back when? Oh, so did I too. All right. Then. Well, that goes away
I
with my
know.
point.
I've been smoking doobies.
We do not support drugs on the Weaver Wire podcast or the Movie Meals channel. It is illegal here in Montana.
I mean,
So-
in
In
my
Montana.
higher is Thor number 8
In
for Kyle.
Montana.
I love it, man. I love Thor.
Just get to your number 7.
I
Just
have
get
been
to your number
defending
7.
Thor with you for like an hour until
And now you're just like, why did I defend it with him?
just put it below. It's
Wow.
it's top 10.
Yeah.
My number 8 is Winter Soldier. Compare that to Thor. Ridiculous.
Your number
That's
eight's
it's
low.
ridiculous that's that low.
Your
Hey,
number 8's
so
low.
anything 10 is above is great.
Except for Thor.
I
Except-
personally,
Except,
I
oh,
personally
that's
like
where I
Mike's.
disagree.
Not
I
his
think
list.
there's an elite 8. Maybe 9, but
For me,
I
it's
think
7.
the elite 8 is the tough. Like there's
For me, it's 7.
maybe 9 of them that are really, really tough.
Yeah.
All right,
What's your
Kyle, did you
7?
have more?
Yes.
Keep going.
Number 7 is Black Panther.
Bold.
Wow, that's actually a little lower
Yeah,
than I was
yeah,
expecting.
Yeah.
But-
Number 6 is Civil War. Captain America Civil War.
Same.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love it.
mine
I
was
love
one
it, man.
higher.
Mine was one hour.
Number 5 is Avengers Endgame. Oh.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame hasn't come out yet.
Or Infinity War. It is typed into my
I
phone.
was like, are you
It
really
is
going to
typed.
be
I was wondering
that
why you
good?
guys were so surprised. I was like, Infinity
I was
War,
like,
right?
you're really pulling a goat here.
Are you really going to be that guy?
It's a bold decision.
It's going to be the best one. out
I
of
did accidentally write it down as Avengers Endgame.
But I haven't seen it
I
yet,
was
so it's
waiting
not
for
actually the
somebody to
best
do
one.
that.
yet.
Zack's
Yeah.
put on the list just like Ant-Man.
At least I put Ant-Man in the middle, because it's all on the middle on all your guys' radar here.
What is
Oh,
Infinity War? You're
Man, I've been
4?
Infinity War-
butchering myself all
Infinity
all
War's your
podcast
5?
today.
5.
Yeah, it's my
I
5.
see. I can get
That's
down with that.
wrong.
Like 5 to
That's
7,
wrong.
I can get down. It's at 6 for me.
That's
so.
wrong.
Number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think that's a little low.
I love
Yeah, we know
low.
it's your place.
God, stop.
That's a bit surprising to me.
I could get that.
Not
Honestly,
No, 4 is a good.
Guardians of
one.
the Galaxy is such a great movie. It's such a breath of fresh air in the MCU, and honestly, it's probably like one of my favorite theater going
It
experiences.
holds up. It's
Like watching it
there's
with
like a
you, I
handful
think I
that
saw it
hold up
with you
so
too.
well. It's one of them.
And then I saw it with Zach, and it was by far one
You
of my
were
favorite.
supposed to
theater
see it with me the
experiences.
first time, and he lied and went before he came to me.
I did do that. But watching it with you was when it was like my favorite theater going experience.
Yeah, because it wasn't with Dan. For the
Poor
movie meal
Dan.
audience, Dan is the most cynical moviegoer in the world. Walk out of a good movie. I loved, or I hated that. Walk out of King Arthur. That movie was amazing.
The bombs fall in space.
Balls fall in space.
That's Dan. Love you, Dan. All right, Kyle.
I love that.
Yesterday, I made a comment that I was like, Infinity War is your number 1. And you were like, is it? And then today I was like, Infinity
It's
War's-
not.
Infinity War is not in his top 3. I decided that a while. I was like, there's no
What's
way.
your 4?
I figured it out.
Guardians.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Guardians
I
is
know.
a- four is
I
a good-
figured out what
great
your
place
number
for
one is. I
Guardians.
know what his
I
number is.
understand
Oh, it's the
that.
same as mine.
Infinity War being below that.
This is gonna take
Same
us
as
right
ours.
now.
I find that a
So
little
the top
difficult.
four now. Thor. What? Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you
I
guys to
guarantee-
finish.
I guarantee
We're getting to the home stretch.
Because
No,
you
you
already
guys
said
keep
no.
What do you mean we haven't talked about Thor?
No, we haven't talked about the second Thor yet.
It's not good.
Well, let's finish the list and then we'll talk about
It is the darkest.
Have you not said Thor 2 yet?
We.
Oh my god, you haven't?
I
Have you?
No, he said it at like 15.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Where's my
okay.
Thor 2?
Fine. I was.
Thor 2.
17. 17 is Thor 2.
Okay, we
Yeah,
have
okay,
numbers
okay.
Keep
3.
bragging about how good it is.
We
It's
have
better
number.
than Thor.
It's not.
We have numbers 3.
It's better than-
No, I'm telling
It's
you.
not.
I
We can see what
guarantee
happens.
we have the same and she has it different than us. I'll put $1,000 on
I
it.
wouldn't be shocked if Kyle is the same as her.
I would be.
Uh,
Kyle, I hope you have the same as me.
he's got no clue which one's you. He might have an idea with you. I don't think he has an idea with you. Anyway, we have 3 left.
Well, let's wait. Did Zach say his?
Zach started.
He did start. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember everything.
We're going back.
I've been
going back
butchering
to
everything
old
today.
Sal
My god.
here.
Are we doing top 3? What are we doing?
Yeah,
We're
top
at
3
one,
now.
3, 2, and 1.
It's going back to Sal.
I'm just gonna get into it
because
because
his
it's
show.
my
We're gonna
show.
play the Infinity
It's
War.
my show.
I'm not gonna
Infinity
cry.
War is not number 3 because number 3 is about to take Nick off, and it's Black Panther.
I like that placement.
Is that your 3?
I like that placement a lot. Oh, that's all I'll say. I like that placement a lot.
I don't
If
necessarily
it's-
agree with it.
Why would that tick him off?
No, I love it.
Because I have
Because
it.
Nick loves
Black Panther is absolutely fantastic. Ryan Coogler is arguably the best young director working today. He is just
You've been coming out with these hot
incredible.
takes.
Yeah, you just keep claiming everyone's the best.
The best young rock.
I've only
Best
named one
young
for
lunch.
This is
not
the
everyone.
best new.
I haven't named 2 young actors who were the
You've
best.
named
I've
the
only-
best
You said
actor.
Tessa Thompson and Michael B.
And
Jordan.
Tessa Thompson.
Michael B. Jordan is the
You're
best
right,
young
you're
actor
absolutely
working
right,
today.
it's
He
just
also said
funny.
the best young raccoon is Rocket.
The
That's
best
just
young
a
tree
fact.
is Groot.
No, Groot's kind of a douche.
The best God of Thunder is Thor.
Best God of Thunders.
It's Black Panther. Killmonger's incredible.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman's incredible. Lupita Nyong'o is great.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just, the I
The
Never Please.
soundtrack, Kendrick.
Soundtrack's amazing. He gets the movie. Coogler does. I'm so glad Ava didn't make it even after seeing Wrinkle in Time. Off of creative differences, that was the issue.
Thank God.
And then I saw Wrinkle in Time, and I love 3 of her movies. Well, I haven't seen one of them, so 2 of her movies, but... Oh. All right. My number 2 is
Oh boy.
Captain America the Winter Soldier.
Wow.
I like it.
And my number 1 is Infinity War.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Infinity War is my
Infinity
number
War.
1, and these 2 are
You're such a
1A.
spectacle lover.
They're 100%. They're 1.
2 hours and 20 minutes, never feel the runtime.
It does. No, that's so true.
When the
Always
Spectre Lover's gonna
installed.
hit him, you're such a simp.
Really, that's weird because I personally didn't love a lot of the side plots
Of what?
of Infinity War.
Let me get into my take, please.
Sorry.
Do you love, do
in-
you love Infinity War? I do.
I do.
I mean, it's a good movie, obviously.
In-
It's like 6.
I think we all agree that all these movies are, we said solid to great.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
of them could change
Infinity
on the
War-
day.
Some of them
Especially
are-
Thor.
Some of them are some stragglers in the
no.
pack. Some of them are stragglers in the pack and do not belong.
Ant-Man.
Shut up!
No, it's because he hasn't seen it.
No, Captain Marvel.
Oh, stop.
Oh.
You get it. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, it's great. I was thinking going to re-see it. Infinity, the winter. It's like 1A. It's like 1A, 1B again. The Winter Soldier. We rewatched it last week. It is just so good, but Infinity War has done something to me that no Marvel movie has done. Maybe Guardians a little bit, but every time I watch Infinity War, it's like I'm watching it again for the first time. That is
True.
something that only like a Star Wars movie has done for me, where every time I watch it, I got chills.
yeah.
I got chills sitting on my couch right there.
Yeah.
Watching it with friends where we were talking through the movie, because that's what we do when we watch as friends. Never watch movies with friends. Nobody stays quiet.
Fat Kyle Brest.
The breast
Then
roaster.
Jules makes us put the subtitles on, and nobody wants that.
I'm sorry, I want to.
It's so true.
That's a debate we gotta come back for. But it gives me chills. It's giving me every time Thor shows up and he yells, "Bring me Thanos."
Oh, God.
I love a good spectacle,
Oh,
and
no.
I went into the movie knowing it was going to be a spectacle, and I came out getting a spectacle and not knowing that I was also getting a deep Thanos villain-driven movie.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it. I love it. It is the best movie, and Endgame might topple it. Maybe the years change my list, but as of right now, Infinity War is number one, and Winter Soldier is just the elevator scene. Oh,
No, I
elevator's not worthy.
I agree with you about Endgame
Call me first.
100%.
Calling me, calling a goose too.
Oh, that's gonna give him the edge.
All right. Can you guys answer me a question? So Iron Man.
It's
3.
amazing.
Iron Man 3.
Depends on the question.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Iron Man 3. You don't like the little ending when with his little thingy because it doesn't matter in the later movies. But in Infinity War, everyone dies and we all know they're coming back. There's very
I want to
little
give you.
emotional
I want to give you.
connection.
I want to give you a point right here that I said yesterday. You know what's crazy? I said what 10-15% of the people actually knew that going into of all the people who have seen Infinity War actually knew the contracts were up. I think 85 to 90% of moviegoers actually have no idea, and that's what mattered. They didn't make the movie because they knew 15% in the little movie bubble that we're in.
I think you're just whipping numbers out of your butt.
No, I mean, I'm gonna put
maybe
it.
the number's a little higher. Cool.
Kyle's like, no, I looked at the charts. It's
No,
just-
I'm gonna put it this way. At the premiere that we're at for Infinity War, when the lights came on, we looked over and we saw a kid in a Spider-Man mask crying because he thought he lost Spider-Man.
I mean, that's true.
Like,
obviously,
remember,
also-
there's
this
a
movie's also
larger
made
audience
by
than
someone
just
open-minded.
these.
I just
Nick,
didn't
you
feel
can say,
anything.
Nick,
But because you know.
Nick.
Yeah, but that's
Sad, yeah.
Nick,
it. Just felt like this huge.
in Iron Man 3,
It still
you
impacted
could
me,
say
and I
that-
know that's probably inevitable.
In Iron Man 3, you could say that, of course, the Mandarin was going to get defeated. He was the bad guy. We all knew that was going to
yeah.
happen. But that doesn't make the stakes within the story and the moments and the amazing points of that
I don't know.
still come.
That's a good
I knew in the
point.
first
And I
Iron
feel
Man
like
that
when
he was
we-
only
I don't know,
signed
and I
for
also
one
feel
movie.
like
He
when
didn't
we
take the stakes
rewatch
away.
Infinity War years later, we're gonna be like, this is like part 1 of the Deathly Hallows of Harry
And it's
Potter.
gonna be
No.
amazing. even
And
if
so
that-
far, it's
Now, let me
better than
also
the
add
Deathly
this.
Hallows.
Just because their contracts are either up doesn't mean they can't renew, and doesn't mean that they
What are you
won't
talking
use them
about?
again. The actors, just because they're
I'm talking about like the actors coming back that died, not the main guys.
yeah, and I'm saying just because they still like, let's say Black Panther, I'll take out of it because he made so much money. But let's say Doctor Strange, they didn't announce Doctor Strange 2 until after Infinity War came out, and they just because he signed a 9-picture deal doesn't mean they have to use him. He just signed a 9-picture
I
deal.
mean, true, but it's unlikely.
But again, and maybe my numbers are not correct, I'm just taking a guess, but I'm telling you, the amount of people who actually go to these movies are not in the same bubble
Well,
we are.
I'm not those people. I'm just saying that's how I felt in the theater, and that's
Which
why
is
I didn't like it.
which is
much.
fine, but
It
it didn't take anything away from me knowing that that was going to happen because I didn't know what was actually going to happen in the movie. I didn't know they were all going to turn the dust the first time I saw it. I didn't know Thanos
You have to
was
admit,
gonna
when that
win.
happened, you didn't see it coming.
I didn't know
No, I didn't
Thanos
see
was
it
going
Like
to
that must have
You didn't
that
see
must
it
have hit you
coming.
on some
Hey,
level.
you didn't
But
see it
not as
coming,
much as
and when
I-
it happened,
it
it
did. I
hit
didn't
so
really hit me
hard,
that
like a
hard.
truck.
And
when
maybe
Peter
that's-
is holding Tony and saying, I don't want to go,
that's
it
the only good
breaks
one.
your
That's a
heart.
good one.
Tom
and
Holland's
the
so
Groot one's
good.
a good one.
Tom Holland is
But
one
the
of the
other ones
best
are just
young
kinda like-
actors working
The
today.
Bucky
It was
one
a-
falls apart
But
because all
that
he says is
moment,
Steve.
but when that
No,
moment when
and-
Thor is
and-
just like,
Yeah.
"What did you
Honestly,
do?"
By the end, it got kind of comedic. I thought, like when
God.
But you're a cynic.
when what's his name?
I'm the guy who
bird
wishes I turned
When
Falcon.
Black Widow comes up and is just holding her stomach.
Funny when he died.
Who?
When Falcon died, and then the other Iron Man guy was like,
No,
"Where is he?"
but
You're
Black
ridiculous.
Panther,
Went to dust
Black
in front of me.
Panther, when he goes, is so powerful. When he's crawling over to her and he's like, "Hey, up! We gotta
True,
Like,
fight is
literally-
not over."
It just
And
didn't
It's
impact
literally
me that
$700 million moneymaker that just vanished. Like that's how insane
Yeah, but-
that
yeah,
is.
but for her-
this is no place to die.
And then
But for
poof,
her
he died.
whole life is to protect the
Well,
king.
I realize
And when she
that.
sees him go,
I didn't
oh,
feel
she
that.
can't do
I
that.
did.
Yeah.
How can you not
It's a very
feel
different
that?
thing when watching a character feel something like I should be
I
doing
felt
that too,
it.
and I
Well,
didn't.
I
Nick,
felt it.
Somehow I was able to empathize with the characters in that moment, even though I knew that they were gonna be coming back someday. in
And I
another
just
movie.
didn't.
And it is
was
an
annoying to
assumption
me.
that in Endgame they are. Like, we don't know. The Doctor Strange movie could be a prequel. The only one I'm like really confident.
I mean, that'd be weird, but I'd be down.
The
for
Spider-Man one.
it could
is
be a
only
prequel to
is the
Endgame.
only one.
It is a ton of adventures in between.
Oh,
the first
before, I
one
thought you
and
meant like
then-
before. Okay.
Far from
No,
home.
yeah,
Far
it's
from
an
home
origin
is the.
story.
yeah.
Far from home is
Being
the
a
only.
doctor.
Yeah, it's just.
I would watch a movie.
Just
of him
more
being
of
a
a-
doctor.
just more
Far
of a
from home
jerk.
is the only one that is confirmed to be like
A sequel.
taking place after
Yeah.
Endgame.
Oh,
I
really? I
just-
thought that was
yeah.
still up in the air.
Oh no, Feige, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
did? Oh, wow. Okay, cool, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
there's just, I mean, I obviously liked Infinity War a lot, but there's just a lot of moments in where I'm like, this is just.
You're
Very
you're
mediocre.
insane. I can't follow that.
I mean,
I
you also
I
have
went in
pretty-
there with
The
some
fight,
high
on
expectations.
Titan, the fight on Titan though might be one of my favorite things in the MCU, but the fight on Wakanda is one of my least favorite fights in the MCU.
Oh God, I like that. I almost like Wakanda fight more than
Oh
Titans
my-
fight.
Yeah, I just love generic
disagree
villains.
with
Soul taking away from Thanos, who's a great villain.
Nothing is better than
And-
spectacle. Fast and Furious movies.
What are you? Nothing is better. He's just on the mic.
I don't know. I just have a feeling in
You
in
gotta
like
help
5
me.
years you're gonna get Infinity War
I'm
and be
trapped.
like,
I'm on a planet where
I
people don't
completely think the
understand me
opposite.
anymore.
I'm just gonna edit it
I
together
think
with
five-
Endgame. It's gonna be one.
I
movie.
think 5-10 years from now,
5 hour long.
5 hours.
It's
also,
gonna kill.
like,
Over 5 hours.
yeah, I don't know. There's just
it'll be 5.5.
a lot of things in. There's just not all the side plots in it. There's like very few that
There's not even that many side
The
plots.
Wanda and Vision thing's the only
There's
thing
4
that doesn't work.
plots.
Well,
At
I
the
mean,
beginning, there's
And then they
only
combine
one.
the first half of the movie. There's 4 plots.
What
Yeah,
are those
I
4
guess.
plots?
It's Tony in his
in New
plot.
York.
No, it's Tony in New York and in space. Then it's the Hulk with the Avengers in that plot. Then it's Thor and the Guardians, and then it's
Thor
Thanos.
and Rocket.
oh, okay, those are good.
And then they
Yeah.
all intermix.
And
They all intermix to
all
end in
those
one.
work. The only one that doesn't work for me, you didn't say, which is a little bit of Wanda and Vision in the
WandaVision!
WandaVision!
The show.
It's coming.
I don't know. It just
For
felt
that
like
show.
it just didn't
My
feel
least
like
favorite.
Me
It,
too.
I don't know. It just they like sent these just generic villains to go hang out with half of the Avengers.
No, it
and
is a
just
little
was-
ridiculous
was-
that he gives
it
his
was-
children another job after they failed
Yeah,
like
it was-
15 times.
It was like not even a third of as interesting as everything going on with Thanos and not on Earth.
Well,
It was
that's
just
the
like,
thing. That's the thing.
it was just
You
annoying.
need
I agree
with a
with you.
villain like Thanos.
I
You
agree with
need
you.
to have him in
100%.
sprinkles,
It's
or
still a
else
little too
if
low
you get
on
too
your
much of him, you're not. Then you're gonna start to like not feel the gravity of this character. Every time when he comes in, it's always with meaning. He's always
I
meaning
mean,
business.
I guess I can see that, but they could.
So you
put
gotta
more,
evenly
but they could have put more
disperse him.
effort in making the other plot lines more interesting. I think.
So are you saying you're gonna go into Endgame with that bias then? Because
We
you
know what's gonna
that-
happen.
Because you know that that contracts are up and that people are gonna die.
I know I'm gonna try to put that away. Like I just didn't feel that much in the movie. Maybe it was because I wasn't that hooked, and I was like, they're just coming back, and I wasn't emotionally invested. That's probably why I wasn't as emotionally invested as
You're definitely in the
everyone else.
minority.
Well, I know that.
Do your thing, Boo Bear, but you're in a minority of
doing his thing.
weirdos. But let's get some other lists in. So let's go to Zach. What's your 3 through 1?
3, Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Love it.
Number 2, Thor Ragnarok.
He loves Thor.
I know.
Yeah.
Big Thor guy.
Every
Big
time,
Thor
every
Ragnarok
time
fan.
when
I
I,
approve of that.
every time when I watch it, I'm always having a good time. I'm never disappointed
It is a
while
good time.
watching it.
It is good.
And then number 1, it's pretty obvious, but Infinity War.
What a baller. All right, Kyle, let's get to you.
Wow.
All right, and for my final 3, number 3, I have to put in Iron Man. I
I was
I
wrong.
mean, you don't have to. You
Wow.
have choices.
I have
You're
to put it
right,
at
that's
3.
it.
Oh,
I have to
then
put it
I
at
was
3.
wrong.
It's
They're the
still,
same.
it's the OG.
I know.
It holds up. It's still a great movie. I just love it so
They
much.
do.
It's one of my favorites. Number 2 is the Avengers. Like, yes, we
They
still
do.
Oh, then I was right. Yeah.
we have we do have Infinity War, and it's amazing, but it really could not have happened like without Iron Man or the Avengers. And the Avengers, like, it's just so great to be able to see these characters like come to life and as a team.
Little
And
dated.
it's I can agree to
And I
that,
will
but
never give-
it still feels great to watch.
Whedon will never get over. I'll never get over him not putting a little thing in their ear for them to talk. It's in all the other movies, but Whedon just didn't put anything in there. They're just talking, and they just know.
They just
ticks
know
me
what
off.
they're saying.
Come on, Whedon.
And then number 1 is Winter Soldier. I think it's a great comic book movie,
Call it.
but it's just also a great
Wow.
spy, dramatic
espionage.
espionage
Yeah.
action
Kyle,
movie in
we're
general.
friends again.
Thank you.
I knew today when I was
It's
making the
also
list,
a
I
good
was like,
political
it's
thriller in
Soldier.
its own way.
Yeah, it's and again, I love the Captain America series as a whole, and that one's like the best.
I would argue that it might be the darkest in tone, which makes sense because you are a DC fan and you love the darkness in the tone.
Yeah,
Of
you love the
movies.
darkness and the tone of the movie.
I might
You are a
defi-
DC fan.
I will
You like
probably,
Guardians
I'm
too,
probably
and I just
I'll
don't get it.
defend
It's to trick you.
Gotcha.
I'll defend the dark tone because when you're coming out of like Captain America
no, it's
1,
great.
and you're just so happy to be out of the ice, and you're just like I'm about to do some
I know,
good
I
for my,
am.
I'm
Yeah.
about to do some good for my country, and then I realize, oh crap,
everything comes crashing down for
everything
him.
sucks.
Yes. Oh, it's so good.
And everything's so amoral. I can't do
Mm-hmm.
this.
Winter
No.
Soldier.
I want to say
And
this
they
real
turns
quick.
out to be my sworn enemies. What?
I want to say this real quick. I just thought of this. This is nothing partially to do, I guess, what we're talking about. But that kid we saw in the Infinity War screen, the kid dressed as Spider-Man who was crying over the death of Spider-Man in the Avengers.
Yeah.
One day he's gonna be our age, sitting with his buddies, telling that story. Think about how cool that is. That he's gonna
Yeah,
say,
but then they're
dude,
gonna be like, "You cried."
that was like my early. No, they would.
No,
They'd
they
be
won't.
like, "That's my earliest memory."
Yeah.
Is sitting in Infinity War,
And
They're
that's
like,
crazy.
It's gonna be
A rite
what a
of
Star
passage.
Wars.
My
was.
earliest
It's gonna
memory
be, I
was
saw
the X-Men
Infinity War
movie,
in the theater.
and he
There's
gets
only
Infinity
two
War.
movies that I've ever
Yeah.
had an emotional reaction to like that, and it's Star Wars and the first Ice Age.
No,
I'm kidding. Oh, Radio did get me. That's true. I was
Radio's
making
a
a
good
joke.
sob. That's a good movie to sob to.
Anyway, who is next? Nick? Let's get it.
Let's
that's
hear it.
3, Black Panther.
And just to let you know,
I really thought Black
everything is
Panther was gonna be
wrong.
your
The reason I think Black Panther does more than any of these movies culturally, and it has a great hero, a great villain, great action. It just hits all the boxes. It does kind of follow some formulaic, and so that's why it's a little bit lower. But I could also see myself this moving up on the list in years to come. As we get more perspective, I could definitely see it going up versus going down.
Yeah.
2 could be a surprise for some people.
Here we go.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's
I
a
love it.
surprise.
I love it.
I love
And
it.
I love it.
here's a semi-hot take.
A little high.
I think it did the ensemble better than Avengers.
The first Avengers or any
Yeah,
of
the
them? All
first
of them.
Avengers.
I think
Better.
it ages
I think-
well
yeah.
than the first
Stop.
Avengers.
I had Guardians
Keyboard's
higher
not
than
good
the
at
first
songs.
Avengers, so I do
Stop.
agree that the dynamic between the Guardians of the Galaxy was a lot more.
Yeah, and
Interesting,
I
a lot
never.
more-
Every
yeah.
scene was
better than-
interesting. Everyone, even though Peter was the focus, everyone carried weight.
Mm-hmm.
And then they all had their themes and the humor.
Then that
There's
soundtrack.
very few movies that hit humor that well in the MCU where the jokes hit, but they can still be serious, and they can still kind of joke in serious moments, like when he dances at the end. That hits. So everything about Guardians just blows
Don't let the
my
dance
mind
off to
every
save
time
the
I watch
I'm so happy you
What?
say it like
yeah,
that. I love
Guardians
it. I
just-
love it.
I like it more, but it used to be like 5 or 6, and it's incredible.
I'm so glad you.
and then 1,
Yeah.
it's Iron Man.
You are the
I
first movie
love
started
it.
it all.
I
cynic.
love it, man.
That's
I
what you
love
are.
it.
You're the
Because-
first movie's the best movie because it started it all cynic.
And it's
that's
good.
definitely a big part. I think it's a great
And
movie.
New Hope's not
It-
your favorite?
It's my second favorite, and I like it more and more every time I watch it. And I just think Tony's the best character in the MCU. So
Did build in the cave.
he built it in the cave.
With a box of
No,
straps.
let's
Oh,
go
from the top, from the
God.
top.
Okay.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps.
The neighbors are gonna be angry.
Yeah, they gotta be.
We've been way louder.
But
Don't get the reference.
If you haven't seen Iron Man,
kids
if
over
you
there.
haven't seen Iron Man, watch it.
There's
also
not even a
the-
window
The
there.
beginning of Iron Man's also really dark.
Yes.
Like when it's like,
And it holds up.
And it holds
The beginning
up.
of Iron Man
The
showed us
third
a cool
act
cell phone that no
maybe
one
has
bought.
a few issues,
True. It
but I
sucks.
think I wouldn't say it sucks.
Third act sucks.
It does have
In
a
Iron
few
Man.
issues,
The
but
third act follows the Marvel
it's-
formula of a generic villain that doesn't matter because the hero's more important.
But I think it's the top for how it has personally my favorite character in the MCU and how it started everything and how it did everything to a T. So everything that's followed it has copied it,
Well,
Yeah.
and it did it with Iron Man, who was not known, and they took a huge risk on it.
That is true. Like literally,
So,
Marvel
and-
made
and
their own
Tony's-
studio.
and Robert Downey
with,
Jr.'s
like, barely any
performance
money.
as
I think
Tony's
Robert's
so
the
good.
bigger. the bigger risk at that time. Robert
And
was the
he
bigger
did
risk
so
than the
good.
property.
Well,
So-
true. I mean, that was added onto it. I mean, remember, Marvel Studios wasn't a thing. Like, literally, they just built up as much money as they could and took a risk on having like their own studio. Period.
So
And like, if they
when you
failed,
remember
like
that
it would
Kevin
have.
Feige produced the Fantastic Four movies,
He produced like X-Men too, if I remember.
and you're like,
right.
what? How did you
Every
do
other-
He
so
did,
bad
the
and then do
first
so good?
Spider-Man. He
Good,
did
bad,
the
good,
Sam
bad,
Raimi
good, bad.
Spider-Man.
No wonder
Yeah, I mean,
he was down
he's
for
been
Iron
around,
Man.
but
But
he's
he
been
also
around for a
did
long time.
Daredevil.
Villain.
Well, I mean, that's
But
why we
that's
get
the
these
thing.
good stuff. Is because like he's learned from the good movies he's produced, like
He learned
X-Men,
from
and
Iron
from the
Man
bad,
2
like
a lot.
Daredevil.
I don't know.
I don't think he
maybe
produced
I don't know if he
X3.
produced that one, but from the bad ones, like Fantastic Four. I mean, and that's why we're able to get such good stuff is because he's seen the good and the bad.
I
He
want to say
understands
the
what
Fantastic.
works
I
and
want to
what
say
doesn't work.
the Fantastic Four movies were perfect because they were trying to because they were going for what they were trying to do.
Again, inside joke.
Our good buddy Alex yesterday made an argument that I thought was very broad, that a movie is good because it's perfect for what it is trying to be, and I think you
I
can
was
say that
fine
for
with that.
every movie
Yeah.
in
Come on,
existence.
you're-
Oh,
you
thank
said
God,
that.
Nick.
I did say
Thank
that.
God you got... Kyle made me debate with him for like an hour because you didn't understand
Well,
what I was
there
saying.
was-
You
it was
got
a weird argument.
ASAP.
No, it makes sense. You do have to take that into account a little bit. Like if a
take
movie's
everything into
trying
account.
to piss you off for certain reasons, like thematically, then it makes sense. But in the
He gets it.
What movie were you talking about for that?
I think it was Pulp
Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction.
What?
You were talking about Pulp Fiction. About that. Pulp Fiction is just the greatest.
We're not
movie
good.
of
We'll
all
get
time.
into that.
That's a whole
off
different thing.
screen.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We don't need to
We'll get into
explain.
that off screen.
We don't need to explain our inside joke.
So the first full produced movie he did, he on the first Spider-Man he was an uncredited producer, and then his first executive producing was the Hulk, the Ang Lee one, and then
Whoa.
he did the Punisher, Iron Man 2, Blade Trinity, Elektra.
Did he not do
co-produced.
X-Men? Oh, I thought he did.
He did. He was an associate producer. He
Oh,
wasn't
so he
an
was there.
executive
He wasn't
producer.
around.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you know, you have
Blade
much different
Trinity.
power from an executive to
Yeah.
a co-producer or
Right,
an
right,
associate producer. Yeah, he did Iron Man or Spider-Man 3, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, and then Iron Man, and then the Incredible Hulk. So he just learned from his mistake. But he's clearly a nerd because all he's done is nerd movies. He did
True.
TV series Wolverine and the X-Men.
Oh, that's a great series. Underrated.
He did the Iron Man, Iron Adventures, and Agent Carter he produced. So he's kind of changed the game though. Anyway, whose
yeah.
list are we at?
Julie's, I think.
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
Let's get a little Julie list in here.
Well,
No
three,
Iron
I
Man
have
3.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Love it.
Fantastic. 2, I have Black Panther.
Love it.
Mhm.
Fantastic. And number 1, Kyle gets it, Captain America. The Winter
It's so
Soldier.
good. It's so good.
It's my number
It's
2.
been my favorite since I saw it in theaters.
It's my number 3.
And I just...
The opening.
I-
And Bucky is my favorite
so
character,
is.
clearly, so every scene with Bucky I think is amazing. And it
The
hits really
score
well.
with Bucky
Mhm.
too, when he first shows up and
Oh,
it's
the
like
score
that
is so good.
screaming and
Yeah.
he's in the fog.
Very good point. Oh,
And
It's like
yeah, all
the
the-
visuals, all the
all the
visuals
fights-
with
thank you,
Bucky.
Russos.
It's
Like,
amazing.
wherever Feige found them, whatever cave they were
On your
in,
left.
like, thank you for
They
getting
were in a cave.
On
with
your
a
left.
box
It's
of
a
scraps.
script.
I
On
think
They
your
were
left.
doing a lot of Community.
Yeah, that's true. They're on
Uh,
TV.
yeah.
Arrested Development. Yeah.
On your left. I would just say that the whole time.
I think the best one-on-one fight in
Oh.
MCU is Cap and Bucky.
Oh yeah.
When they fight.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah,
brand of
definitely one of the
superhero
best.
And
fighting
just,
is
like,
something
the
that
choreography
DC should
is
study.
amazing.
It's something that
That's
Nolan
fair.
I like
should
that.
study.
I like the little visual thing.
We talked
you
about
can
that
look,
the other
you
day.
blink and you miss it, but I like how
You're a
he
little
just
harsh
blocks
on
it and he
Nolan.
drops his
I love
knife and he
Christopher
gets
Nolan.
grabs
There's
it
just
down.
so many good
Yeah,
moments
it's-
that
it's
so
incredible.
He's
well
gotten
shot,
better.
so well choreographed.
But Nick, the fight scenes in the Batman trilogy are nothing compared to like the Winter Soldier. Like
You're right.
They're just that's just the shot I'm taking. That's you asked about it. I love Nolan.
You don't.
Dunkirk got a little long.
Do you have a list?
Really, Thor man, you're gonna call me out.
What?
Poor man.
I got Thor.
Number 3, the first Avengers.
I like it.
Love it.
Oh,
I
well,
like
I think
it.
this is the first Captain America.
I would have liked that too.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
First Avengers.
All right, number 2, Guardians.
Love it.
God,
Not a
I'm
shock.
so happy.
Hell yes.
Yes.
Number 1, Infinity War.
Bullshit.
Oh,
I like that
Yes.
too. I like the
I
Infinity War
love
going
you
around.
so much.
I don't.
Well,
Here's why. I think it is the first movie I've seen in the theater that compelled me to go see it more than twice.
You ever seen The Force
Sure.
Awakens?
And
Or The Last Jedi, let's be honest.
all right, not gonna get into that.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
That'll
kind of
happen.
universe.
in my
But yeah, and
second.
not only see it more than twice, but see it by myself. Like I was literally just got done with a final, and I was like,
Did the same thing.
well, it's
Yeah.
the afternoon,
Yeah.
might as well go
I did the
watch.
same
Like,
thing.
I saw it.
Again.
I saw it in theaters, and
The same
I
thing.
couldn't get it. I saw it in theaters, and I couldn't get another time to see it in theaters before it ended. So, like 2 days later, I went and streamed it online, and I did that 3 times in a row after that.
I watched it in 2
Give
days.
money to the creators.
Oh no!
I have a
I own
PSA.
it.
I have
own
a PSA.
it.
I have a
I
PSA.
haven't watched it since.
Kevin Feige. No more Marvel movies coming out during finals week and not during the NFL draft. I like to watch both. I don't have TiVo. I'm looking right at you, Kevin. Stop it. I don't like it. You need to keep. You shouldn't have moved it up a week.
He's telling Kevin.
Stop.
Yeah,
Kevin.
he's telling Kevin
I
off.
love you, Kevin. If all right,
Thank you
Kevin
for making
won't,
great
Robert,
movies,
you
but
move the
no,
draft.
fix your release dates.
Kevin, take over Star Wars.
Like,
Well,
Hey,
let's wait and see the next one first.
also,
This should be the name of this
Infinity
podcast. I love you, Kevin.
True.
What were you gonna say?
War. Infinity War. Saw it twice in the last 2 days.
and it's still amazing.
And we're
Still
watching it
amazing.
next
Still
Thursday.
just as good
Yeah,
as
it's so
I
good.
watched it in theaters. Still fresh.
And we're gonna watch it
surprisingly, and I
in
don't
line
know
next
why or
Thursday.
how. Also, it's
Yeah, I watched it.
one of the
like
only
last-
movies I've seen in the theater to make me cry. One of the only movies
You're
I've seen in the theater.
weird.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's
Ever
cool,
seen
man.
Lady Bird?
Did
No.
Lady Bird make you cry?
Why did
Like
Lady?
5 times.
Why did Lady?
Oh,
What?
What a loser! I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
but you knew that Saoirse Ronan's contract was going to be up at the end of that movie. So why
She
did it
didn't
have any
sign out.
effect on you?
She signed a 12-picture deal. She's supposed to be Lady Bird, the return of the lady.
She didn't die. She went to college.
And then,
she did.
and then she almost died.
Yeah, but you knew she wasn't gonna die.
All right, guys.
did you?
That was our list.